bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Here we go. All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac. Check it.
Times are changing, more so each year. But the early morning storm pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. We're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, our computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
And those cars are going real fast and real laugh, son.
But he's gay. He's blind.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
Now,
Right now.
it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
And I be catching them northern pipe like on the 10-pound test. Smoke sass, never fast, take a guess. I be the early morning stone pimp. Straight limping, runes from drinking. At the party, big booty pinching. Chilling like a villain. Balloon filling, whack MC killing. The fine hoe drilling with the $1 million talent and the 10-cent brain.
Been gone too long, too much cocaine.
But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right all night. My game's tight, I wish you might take a bite out of this here toxic, melodic, neurotic product, fresh from
Monday, baby. It feels like it. Welcome to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. That man over there is Double Duty Diz. You might have heard him this morning on the Mike Calta show. And look at him. He's here. He made it. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Feels like we had a long weekend for some reason.
I was going to say, to me, yes, but I was also doing a lot of things. But the thing for me is that if you could get a call on a night before you have to get up and work in the morning, the worst case scenario is you get a call on a Sunday night telling you that you need to be up at 4 or 5, whatever, the next morning. So good on you for getting up and doing the damn thing and making it here.
It's so funny because that's exactly how it went. It was like 8 at night, and I was like, me and Nicole were watching something. I go, I got to go to bed early tonight because of the morning show.
Wait, so you didn't get the call at 8 o'clock?
Like, what do you mean?
When did you know you had to fill in the mornings?
It was in the evening.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you got the call at 8 o'clock. Because the call that you have to...
Oh.
You okay?
Yes.
The call that you had to fill in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did not come at 8 o'clock.
No.
Came earlier.
Came a little earlier than that.
Either way, to get it on a Sunday night is a rough night. So congratulations for making it here, Nap and all. A very special treat on a Monday. Our dear friend, I felt so bad because we got to hang out a little bit at the Beach Bash, but we were ships in the night on Saturday. I kept seeing him, but we didn't get to drink a pina colada with our toes in the sand the way that I drew it up. Our dear friend, Mo DeWitt, just call Mo. That's justcallmoe.com to you. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing really good, man. I was telling you before we came in, I feel super hazy today, but it's not because I partied too much. And I was trying to kind of beat around the bush for the real. I was like, I ate like crap. And Mo's like, yeah, that can happen sometimes. But I know the exact reason why I feel so bad on a Monday morning. And that's because of one food product and one food product alone, and it's a Krispy Kreme donuts. The amount of Krispy Kreme donuts that I ate over this weekend is enough to kill a man, and it's actually weighing on my heart physically and my mind as well today. We went to. You may have heard on Friday, my nephews were here. And so Saturday morning, we get up, and my nephew is a big donut guy. So I said, okay, we're going to get some fresh, hot Krispy Kreme donuts. We roll up to the Krispy Kreme. I'm like, let me get 6 chocolate, 6 glaze. He goes, how about I give you a dozen chocolate, and then I'll give you a dozen fresh, hot glazed for only $1.
Ooh.
So I was left with 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. And I had to have eaten like 80% of those donuts over the span of 2 days, and I just feel like my body is dying inside as of today.
I could probably only eat 2 donuts, and then I'm good for. Like, I love donuts, but once I eat 1, maybe 2, I'm done. I'm done.
Dude, I was going back to them all night, all day, all night. I think I finished my last one last night, and I think that it's worse than if I had. Well, last weekend I had drank all weekend. And I think I felt better on Monday than I do having eaten my fair share of 2 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Mo DeWitt, you are freshly glazed. You're freshly glazed, just how we like them. Tell us about your experience at the Beach Bash. What did you?
Dude, that thing was awesome. That was a fantastic event. I mean, as I've said before, we do a lot of radio stuff, a lot of radio events, and like that thing was just super impressive. The way Cox Media put it on, it ran super smooth, and the amount of people that came out there. Everyone's having a great time. It was just really fun.
Yeah, and I was curious because you work with the folks in Orlando a lot. And I know they do tons of events and do tons of cool stuff.
Not nearly as cool as you guys do. For the record.
Well, I'm glad you said. Do you think he says that to the Orlando guys?
Did you just say that to everyone?
Yeah. No. Is he like, oh, those guys over in Tampa, amateur hour over there?
The events team at the Orlando guys is like a homeless guy.
Oh, really?
There's no events team over there.
Dude, well, that company is notorious for. We think we're super stripped down because of our situation over here, but that company notoriously will have one person work. Like I bet you the person who runs the promotions department also is on the radio somewhere. Well, ours is
100%.
Ours is too, actually, but it's just a little different. Yeah, it was great, and I did. I Friday, we were hanging out. You were on air. And then Saturday, I was running around boiling peanuts and trying to put together my slip and slide. And I kept seeing you, just thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to link up with them soon. And I never got a chance to properly link up with you.
Yeah, I had to leave. I think I left around like 6 o'clock on Saturday because I had to fly out Sunday morning.
You went to Canada on Sunday.
Yeah, I went to Canada on Sunday.
Dude, what a time to go to Canada, though. If you were going to pick a week or a few days to be in Canada while we were here literally dying and roasting to death. Yeah. What was the?
It was 70 degrees, 60, 70 degrees. It was so nice.
Did you yuck Canada?
Yeah.
Do you have animosity towards your? Well, I guess it's not your homeland even.
No, it's just my birthplace. I consider here hometown.
So why do you hate it? Why do you have hate for it in your heart?
Oh, I just hated everything about it being up there.
The maple syrup.
Right,
dude. That is out of all the
things.
More than he. I mean, I have not been to Canada in many years, but I would. If I went, where were you exactly, Mo?
We were in Montreal.
So it was like a city function.
Yeah, it's like a city. I mean, it was a beautiful city. There's a park that was, I think, designed by the same guy who designed Central Park in New York.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, everything's like 2/3 or like 1/3 off, like 30% off because of the exchange rate. So everything's like pretty low price.
Yeah. Your numbers are off, Diz. Maybe it's just the place you lived. What was the name of the town you lived in?
Toronto
proper. I thought
small little city.
Small, yeah. But are there big cities not a little cleaner than our big cities here?
Of course, it's not hard to be cleaner than New York City.
Well, right. But I just mean in general. Anytime I hear about a big city in Canada, it seems like it's pretty nice.
It's not as dirty as Pinellas.
Yeah,
according to Monica.
Yeah, everyone's like happy and nice, and
Yeah, dude. I didn't know. I guess I never charted the fact that you were so bitter about your Canadian roots.
I hated the high taxes I paid there. I hated the winter.
I mean, winter's miserable. I've been there in the winter, and winter is absolutely miserable.
Terrible. And I just didn't care for anything there, the sports teams or anything. Like, I did not like Canada. And I hated Montreal even more because when I went there, everyone was mad at me for not speaking French.
So as much as we talk about you being from Canada, I don't feel like I know your timeline. How much time did you spend living in Canada?
I was born there, then we moved here when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay. So you hated paying the high taxes when you were in 3rd grade?
Well, I went back senior year of high school here, which made me hate Canada even more, right? Because I'm going to a school that had maybe a graduating class of 200, leaving Alonzo here that had like thousands, no pep rallies, no fun things like that. It was just, I hated it.
I do appreciate your patriotism and your appreciation for the great land of the United States of America. Mo, if it's okay with you, when we had you on at the Beach Bash, I was throwing scenarios at you that could happen at the Beach Bash. Now I have at least one that did happen repeatedly at the Beach Bash, and I know that I think you would call this man a friend. So I don't want to put you in a. I might have to actually just get ahead of it because you may end up representing him. To be
wouldn't be the first time I've represented somebody related to the station.
So I don't know when it happened, why it started, who told him it was a good idea, because he did this to me at the Down to Bowl event, at a charity event for Down syndrome. Spike did this to me, and he did it.
Well, Spike's not a fan of charity.
That too. I mean, he tried to railroad your bowling event himself.
He did.
So he's done it before, and I've heard of him doing it to people before. But then we were live on the air with Patrick Smith on Saturday morning, and nothing even really happened, nothing to really rile him up. But Spike does this thing where he'll just pulls out a knife. He just pulls out a blade and kind of pokes, not physically pokes, but threatens as if he's going to start stabbing people. Hypothetically, if I were to have a gun on me and I shot Spike, is that a clean shoot, or would there be, if you represented him, would you then go, well, everybody knows Spike. Everybody knows that this knife is a joke. It's kind of it's his character. Like what? How much wiggle room is there if I shoot Spike for pulling out a knife on me?
I mean, the legal standard is whether you have a reasonable belief that you're in great bodily fear of great bodily injury or death. So the question becomes: is would a reasonably prudent person in that person's shoes believe that they're in fear of their life or in fear of great bodily harm? So you could certainly bring that in your history with the individual if you know them, but also in a situation like that, somebody's wielding a knife around, you never really know what they're going to do. I think that's it could be a tough argument to make.
Tough argument on his behalf.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
That is my thought, is that I know Spike, and I think that at the end of the day, that we are a certain level of friends. I don't think he hates me, but I don't know for certain that Spike wouldn't stab me. You know what I mean? So if it came down to it, and I was trying to call him, I can only hope this is him. Spike.
Yeah, hey man, what's happening?
What's going on, man? It's I'm John. This is John Senning. Dizzy is here, and then Mo DeWitt, just call Mo, is in the building as well. What's going on today? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing marvelous. Doing marvelous.
Good, man. I hate to put you on the spot with such a hard-hitting conversation, but I was talking with Just Call Mo about the fact that you like to pull out a knife on people for fun, and I just want to let you know that I have been told by my legal counsel, Just Call Mo, that I do have a clean shoot if you pull that knife out on us again.
Oh, okay, Zimmerman, go ahead.
Where did I'm just out of curiosity, is this something you've done your whole life? Is this just like a fun little prank? Because multiple people over the last week have spoke about how you just pull out a knife and threaten to stab people.
I like how this has turned into a threat. No, man, I'm from the woods. I'm from Lake City. All my cousins, we all carry knives and pieces.
Wait.
And so
you said, I like how you turned it into a threat. What else do you call it when you get into a disagreement or somebody gets a little riled up and they pull a knife out and start acting like they're going to stab someone? What else do you call that other than a knife or than a threat?
Well, in that case, yeah, you're right. But if somebody said, I heard what you said about me, now I got to cut you, that's a little less than an attack or a threat.
Now,
from where I come from now.
Does he have any? Does any of this sound like it has legitimate legal standing, Mo? His argument of he's from Lake City, everybody carries a knife. Are these statements that will hold up in court?
I mean, maybe to get him a mental health eval, but beyond that, I don't think so.
You may be able to claim insanity.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Did you actually ever see the blade?
Yes, I've seen it twice. Oh. You pulled it on me during the broadcast on Saturday morning, and you pulled it out of me at Down to Bowl. You've done it twice.
Okay. Yeah, I know I did it on Down the Bowl. I did, but I don't think it was ever in your life.
Well, I mean, I don't really, like I said, I think we're friends. I don't know for a fact that you're going to stab me, but I don't want to wait to get stabbed to find out that you were about it.
I pull knives on my cousins, so you're okay. You okay?
It's just an act. You know, Jeff Dunham, he
Yeah,
has puppets.
yeah. It's like
Spike has a knife.
Exactly. You're like Carrot Top. It's prop comedy. Well, and I also
Ooh,
heard you pulled it
I'm
out
no
on
dumber
the.
than-
I heard you pulled it out on the boat as well with Mo and his brother and Patrick.
Now, that's probably some lie that Dizzy started.
Wow, how
'Cause
did
that
I
ain't even
lie?
true.
I wasn't even there.
I didn't hear it from Dizzy. I heard it from somebody else.
Okay, but that's a lie that somebody else started because I know I didn't pull it out on. I didn't pull it on the boat.
Well,
no.
Well, a minute ago you didn't think you pulled it on me either, but we established that was a lie.
No. I know I pulled it on you at down the bowl because you said that I'm scared of Drew. I'm like, whoa, that's loud and wrong. So I said,
You pulled
okay,
a
I'm
knife
just,
on the man?
Exactly. At a charity event at a bowling alley.
You ever see that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's using the gun to like open his beer?
Yes.
This is Spike. This
Shoot
is
the
what
lights
Spike-
off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I'm going to be the one to shoot you, Spike. This is really more of an intervention because, like you said, I'm from the woods. One day you're going to pull out the knife on somebody else who's from the woods, and they're just going to shoot your ass.
It's probably true.
Who do you remember? Who do you remember pulling the knife on at the beach bash, Spike?
Yeah, who all?
Name a list that you remember.
The whole crew that was I forgot who showed. I think it was Attorney Patrick Smith show
Right.
when you guys were out there bragging about my government name. but I pulled it out, but it was in my hand. I never pushed it to nobody. But you know, it sounds better when you make it seem like I was stabbed.
No, you just there's no sugarcoating it. You pull out a blade on people. Like that is, you don't need to do much other than just show the blade for it to be wrong.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I know your audience, so you're absolutely right. Now, when I go back in the woods and city, in Lake City, we flash knives a lot.
What do you mean? I know your. What do you mean? I know your audience. Like, what are you trying to turn this into?
You people.
You people. Wait, so you're saying so is this a race thing? Because is this a race thing? Because I think you're making it worse. So are you saying that black people pull knives on other people and that's just how it is? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're generalizing?
Okay, let me ask the Dizzy over there. Dizzy, who think carries a knife more? Me? I mean, a black person or a white person?
I'm not answering that. I don't think that.
Knives kind of seem
to sell out.
That's a weird thing.
Knives kind of seem like a white people thing.
Yeah, I would assume that more.
Okay, all right.
It seems more of like a Crocodile Dundee type thing, right? Isn't that his whole thing? You call that a knife?
He's such a sellout. Okay, I stand corrected again. No, I've heard plenty of times. Oh, the brothers always got to carry a knife. I've heard that, but like I say, I'm from a different world than you people.
Than you people. Thank you for answering the phone today, Spike. Always nice to have you on the air.
Ian Beckles got the knife pulled on him and told you, "Don't play with me now."
Yeah, black on black crime, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, okay, you know, yeah, okay. I was playing, and then he decided it wasn't a good play. So
it's not a good play. Everybody's in
Yeah.
agreement. Pulling out the knife is not a good play. Nobody thinks it's good. Thank you. I appreciate you, Spike. Thank you. I think
crawl back in the woods.
I think we stumped the man here. What a guy. I do want to bring up as well while we have you in the building. Go check out Champ the dog. Champ was our dog from the Humane Society of Pinellas on Friday. This big, goofy, lovable pup. He's only 9 months old. He's very big, he's just clumsy. He's a funny guy, and he's going to make a great pet for somebody, a great best friend, and we're lucky to have Just Call Mo partnered up with us with the Humane Society of Pinellas to cover the adoption fee. So go to the Bone Facebook, go to the Bone Instagram. If you are looking for a new dog, for a new family member, go check them out, and if it feels like something that'll work, go visit them at the Humane Society of Pinellas. And Mo, thank you again for everything you guys do, and you really stepped up, and it's made. I was talking to Peyton from the Humane Society last week, and it has made a major difference. And some of the longest residents have been adopted, and I think that you're a major part of that. So
that's awesome. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, this guy was he's funny. He's going to make somebody very happy. It's like he doesn't realize how big he is. He's only 9 months old, so he's got these big paws. He falls on top of himself, big old tongue, and he's just a funny funny guy. So go check him out. And again, we've got Mo DeWitt in the building with us today. Special treat to kick off a Monday. Just call MOE.com, 866. Call MOE 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He is Tampa's injury attorney. Mo, this is a little heavy for a Monday, but I feel like there's not to focus so much on the case at hand, but maybe just give some people some guidance on what you can get away with during a traffic stop. So there's this story out of Jacksonville that we've kind of talked about quite a bit, a cell phone video showing a police officer in Jacksonville striking a man in the face during a February traffic stop before officers drag him out of the car, punch him in the face again. As far as we know, this started with a stop that was based on his headlights not being on. To start at the ground level, when you get pulled over for any reason at all, what are the expectations of what you owe that officer when it comes to giving them information, talking to them, obeying their orders? I'm sure you've seen the video quite a bit. I'd be curious to start with what you have to do and ultimately what you thought about what you saw in the video.
So, you're legally required to abide by lawful orders, right? So here they said he was pulled over for not having his headlights on. I think they may have said seatbelt as well. I can't remember. So, both of those are valid stops, quote unquote. Now, there is some debate on the headlight one because you see in the video, you see another officer pull up in the rain without his headlights on. So, there's some question there. But just on the face of it, they're saying, hey, that's the reason for the stop. We have a valid stop. So from there, of course, you have to, like I said, abide by, any lawful order. So you have to give them your license, registration, proof of insurance. And if they ask you to step out of the vehicle, the Supreme Court has said you have to step out of the vehicle and follow what they say to do. So here, they asked him to step out. He doesn't want to step out. So basically everything the police do in this video is correct, except when they punch him in the face while he's in the vehicle, and then I think they punch him again while he's outside because they can only use reasonable force in order to detain him.
Well, and I guess that's the big question of the law. Because you listen to their sheriff came out and said, well, any use of force is ugly, and he wasn't willing to automatically say he shouldn't have punched him in the face. Is it kind of there's no wiggle room? Because it sounds like it's more of a police handbook code of conduct thing than the law itself. So is there really any? Because from our perspective, in my perspective, I go, we're talking about a stop that stemmed from nonviolent, headlight, seatbelt situation. Like how that can ever get to a point of violence seems like a stretch to me. So you look at that and you go, the force is unreasonable. Is there a way for them to ultimately get to a decision within the police department where they say it wasn't unreasonable?
I think that's going to be tough to say that it wasn't unreasonable given the circumstances. Now, again, every stop is going to depend on the circumstances, and that's what makes a police officer's job so tough is because they do have to make split-second decisions when these things happen. Now, the officer may have been frustrated, but they could have easily removed the individual without punching. The punching him in the face while he's in the vehicle, there's really no excuse for that. Ever. You see it on video.
It's just crazy.
There's no excuse for that.
Yeah, it's wild to watch. And then once they get him out, they put his hands behind his back, and another dude comes around and punches him again.
Again, no excuse for that. Now, if they were removing him from the vehicle, his head gets hit against the side of the car or something like that on accident, that's a different story. They're acting reasonably. But when you're just punching somebody, especially once they're subdued like that, there's no excuse for that.
Well, and the argument for so many people is you just have to listen. You just have to, the people that think what they see in the video was just fine, they go, well, you have to obey their orders. And ultimately that probably is true. It could have had a happier ending and not got to that if he obeyed the orders.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily, according to what you're saying, mutually exclusive. Like you can disobey an officer's orders and not deserve to be punched in the face repeatedly.
Right. I think, I think there's a little bit of a problem with, people see these TikTok videos of these people recording stops and they maybe get some bad advice sometimes. But had this stop gone the way it was supposed to, and it was being recorded by this individual, and he was never punched those 2 times, he would be 100% in the wrong. The only thing that made this, a problem, is that the police used excessive force here when they punched him. Otherwise, he was absolutely in the wrong. He was in the wrong for not getting out of the car. He was in the wrong for disobeying their order. Now, he could argue, the stop was nonsense. I should have never been stopped in the first place. But that's an argument in court, not in, at the stop at that time.
You can't, there's nothing to do in that moment.
No.
So if he says, if he gets to the point where he goes, I know that this isn't, not a just stop and you're breaking the law by stopping me. And he goes, I want my lawyer right now. Is there anything right there legally that he can do to stop it before he's pulled out of the car?
No, you basically have to follow the instructions, take your ticket. How do you obey orders, follow the instructions? He would have received a ticket for not having his headlights or not wearing a seatbelt, whatever it was, or both maybe, and then he can take those to court, and that's the proper venue to fight them. It's not the proper venue to argue with the officer and disobey orders while at the stop. I know maybe that's not what people want to see. It's obviously a lot more interesting when things like this happen rather than arguing them in court, but that's the proper venue, proper forum.
It's funny because after all these things, we always see people post stuff on, well, at least I do, like online where it's like, just tell them according to code 187 of the law, my rights mean I don't have to do this and that. I could slip my license through here, my registration through the crack in the window, and I'm all good to go. But that's not true at all.
Well, it depends what advice you're giving them, but usually I see a lot of bad advice given on the internet. My best advice, anytime you're ever pulled over, keep your mouth shut, be cooperative, be friendly, don't answer any questions, don't give them the right to search your vehicle. Take your ticket and move on.
And be what?
Fight it in court.
That was my last note.
Just keep your knife. Just keep your knife hidden. And I may be asking a question you don't know. It's maybe a thing that lives on the internet, but I see so many of you talked about it or touched on these videos from the internet that you see where these people, they say they're sovereign citizens. Are you clued into this? Is there any legal?
I've seen these people in court.
Yeah. Is there any legal, precedent for this whole thing where they? I don't even know exactly the verbiage that they use, but ultimately they're a
traveler.
They're a traveler. Yeah. That's the word, and a sovereign citizen. So somehow they don't have to abide by laws or listen to the police. I mean, it's make believe, right?
It's make believe. They take like one or two lines out of like a U.S. Supreme Court case, and they construct this web that says that they don't have to abide by laws. They don't have to have driver's licenses. If I ever get pulled over, I always thought it'd be a funny joke. It'd probably land me in jail. But just to start off by. Second the police officer comes up. No, I'm just a traveler, sir. You can move along. Because it's instant. Second they get a sovereign citizen, they know.
Oh, it's trouble. Like immediately, everybody knows that there is serious trouble. This person is going to not obey and think that they're playing by a separate set of rules.
Yeah, and I've seen these people represent themselves in trials, and it is painful to watch, to say the least. I mean, if I was the judge in that case, I don't know what I do to get through the day because you just want to bang your head against the wall dealing with them.
So from a legal perspective, and I haven't seen any specifics on the lawsuit angle, but I know that he does have a team of lawyers, and Ben Crump being one of them, who is often at the center of race-based issues and things like that. Is this pretty cut and dry for a lawsuit against the police department?
Yeah, I mean, they'll have a 1983 claim, which is going to be an excessive force claim in federal court against the police department. For those two punches right there, the one in the vehicle and the one outside the vehicle. And I think it'll ultimately probably be settled out of court fairly quickly, I would think. The question becomes whether those officers are disciplined or removed from the job, or if they continue to work somewhere.
Interesting. Yeah, it will be. I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was going to be one of those cases where there wasn't much argument, where everybody just goes, okay, this guy might have been wrong in a couple points, but like we should all kind of agree on a scenario where just busting out a window and punching somebody in the face for some sort of traffic violation should be something that nobody's really down with. And of course, America will always surprise you. And a lot of people thought it was not only right, but awesome to see, I guess. I wanted to ask you this just real quickly before we take it. Are you good to hang for an hour today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because my wife, she, I didn't even tell you this yet.
My
wife. So she was in New York City last week, and she was flying in. She was supposed to arrive. I had my family in town, so she was going to get into town like around 5:30, be to the house a little after 6. And as I'm leaving the station on Friday, I start getting texts that there's issues, and they didn't know if their plane was going to take off. The long and short of it is that through two separate occasions, she gets onto the plane. They make it to where they're about to take off. There was weather in New York City, and they kept them on the plane, on the tarmac, for 3 hours. She sat on the plane for 3 hours. And the craziest part is they eventually take the plane back to the airport. She's able to get off. She's able to get off. They reschedule the flight. She gets back on a plane. Something else goes wrong. She's on that plane for almost 2 hours before it takes off. So by the time it's all said and done, she spent 5 hours sitting on a plane. They'll give you water, I think is what they'll give you. And she's more level-headed, and we see people go crazy on planes. Like, is there a legal precedent? I don't know whether it would be, it's not kidnapping, but some
adult napping.
Yeah, well, some version of being held against your will where you're in this closed area. They're not letting you move. They're not giving you maybe some basic needs that you might have. What does the law say about being trapped on a plane that's not moving for long periods of time?
So, there are some Department of Transportation rules that deal with that. The biggest thing, though, is safety and security always trumps the rules, right? So if it's lightning out, they can't safely deplane you or something like that, that's going to trump the Department of Transportation rules. So, but typically, at the 2 hour mark, they have to provide you with snacks and water.
Okay.
They have to make sure there's working lavatories, that there's normal temperature, cabin temperature, and provide medical assistance if needed. They're also supposed to, after 30 minutes, provide you with an update on the delay and provide you that update every 30 minutes. And then if at the 3 hour mark, if they can safely deplane you, they're supposed to do so.
Which is what they did. It ended up being 3 hours. So that was within the thing was about the updates, she wasn't getting any. She had a friend who was flying out with her on a different flight that also was going through almost the same thing. She was getting her updates, rough updates from them because they weren't really updating them on the plane. So it's everything was fine, and she was annoyed by the end of the day. I was just putting someone with a total lack of patience, maybe even, I don't know what I would do for 3 hours on a plane that's not moving. I'm not
if you
saying
have Wi-Fi, it could make it a little easier.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm going to start swinging or anything, but I don't think it's that crazy in the world that we live in that somebody would be like, I'm getting off of this effing plane.
Oh, yeah.
Put the slide down and let me off after an hour, 2 hours, let alone 3 plus.
Especially being like the middle person in that aisle.
Yeah.
And you have two big guys next to you. You're like, no, I'm getting off the plane. I'll walk to San Diego.
Yeah, it ended up being, so she was supposed to get home around 5. She got home like around 2:30, 3 a.m., which is
miserable.
Absolutely brutal.
Did she get like a voucher?
No, well, it's tough, too. I said that to her, and maybe something, but it was all booked through her company. So it was, I don't know exactly how that worked. I told her, I said, hey, I bet I can get my buddy Mo DeWitt to pull his private jet up right next to to your hangar, and then you just would have to take the slide down, walk up the stairs, and
And she'd be like, there's no way I'm getting on that thing.
Yeah. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, plenty more to chat about with our buddy Mo DeWitt. Just call MOE.com. 866 call MOE 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He's Tampa's injury attorney. Dude, this, I had almost forgot about it, but Cardi B and her smelly booty butt lift are not the only thing going around in the world. She's also being sued by a fan from something that happened a couple years ago. And what do you know? The alligator Alcatraz is back in the news. We're going to chat about it with Mo DeWitt. Coming up next on more Senning Show. Change is always happening. It's part of life. When it comes to music, change is all around us. Songs get written, rewritten, remixed. Bands and artists break up, come and go. Even the music you like might change. But no matter how much things change in the next 5 years, one thing is going to stay the same, and that's the price of your internet. Xfinity is introducing a 5-year price guarantee. That means you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with their best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Well, if you're surprised, congratulations. Life is full of them. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Go now to learn more at Xfinity.com/deals.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy, but at a much lower price. So you can lose weight for less money than you'd spend on name-brand drugs. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Plus, the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The old saying, you get what you pay for, still holds true today. Like when air conditioning companies offer you $29 tune-ups. Really? I'm not going to be fooled by that, and you shouldn't be either. Hi, I'm Zach Moskowitz, president of Cox Heating and Air Conditioning. Those so-called deals lure you into spending a lot more. At Cox Heating and Air Conditioning, we have a real honest solution. It's our Cox Personalized Maintenance Plan. For only $110 for first-time customers, our certified technicians visit your home twice a year and keep you cool. Get your Cox Personalized Maintenance Plan today at coxair.com.
License number CAC 1816108.
Cox is your key to comfort since 1958.
You or someone you know thinking about buying a home, tune in to the Loner Ranger radio show Saturdays from 11 to 12. Make no bones about it. It's the place to go for no-nonsense mortgage and real estate advice.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Hi, welcome to IKEA.
This is my college campus.
Correct, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some college items.
My daughter's room is pretty bare. We need a lamp, some comfy pillows, her favorite stuffy.
Dad! With pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA. Literally anywhere.
Sweet. More time for gaming.
And studying. Wait, where are you going now?
Have to show the Ultimate Frisbee team how easy it is to order from IKEA. Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Choose from thousands of pickup locations, affordable delivery options, and more.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
1025 The Bone and Stella Artois are on a mission to find the best wings in the Bay. Vote at Trinity Sports Grill, Hooters, and Ferg's. Scan the QR code. Vote, and you can win Stella swag, beer, bragging rights. You decide. Go to thebestwingsinthebay.com for details.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. We got our main man, Mo DeWitt. Just call MOE.com in the building with us on a Monday. He's easing the pain of those Monday foggy moments that we all have. You can watch the program. We love it when you do. It's available on Facebook, 1025 The Bone. I really like to push people to the YouTube page, 1025 The Bone. Get up in the chat. Shout out to Ray Decker, Rue Levy, Jesse Allen, Mark Hamilton, AAR, a bunch of people in the chat. 800-771-1025. You can hit us up on social media at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. And if you find yourself in the need of an attorney, there's only one man to call. It's Mo DeWitt, 866 call MOE. So I was going to talk about it later, but I just learned that Mo DeWitt did watch it as well. Last night, and Diz, I know you watched it earlier in the weekend. I watched Happy Gilmore 2, which I am a huge Adam Sandler fan. I always say when it comes to my sense of humor and especially the albums, the dirty albums that he did in the early 90s, they're all going to laugh at you. Like those were just some of the best things ever. And the Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore era is my jam. So I was excited, but we had the conversation months ago that the art of the sequel was lost and that it's hard to mention the last sequel from a long time ago that ended up waiting a long time and being good. And we'll dig into the finer points. I'll go first and just say it left me not feeling very fulfilled or very happy with the movie that I watched. I did not... I don't know what you would have to do to capture that feel of a comedy that was made in the early to mid 90s, but for whatever reason, it did not capture that feel for me.
I mean, how could it though? Being what was it, 25 years ago at this point?
And again, and I hated it because I went into it with an open mind, but also knowing that it was going to be a high mark to try and be in the same stratosphere as the original.
See, I tried to have no expectations going into it. I mean, we've been disappointed by so many sequels at this point. I was just like, all right, is it going to entertain me? Is it going to kind of do a good job, just continuing it or not ruin the series?
I will say, if we can avoid, just because I've been really hit with a heavy spoiler lately and it really bothered me. So if we can avoid the main spoiler from the first couple minutes, just for the sake of conversation.
Yeah, that threw me off a little bit.
They do something crazy in the first few minutes that really sets the tone. I don't know. It felt like the cameos were kind of trying too hard. Like it just became a Netflix movie. Like that's the only way that I can explain it, is it just felt like a straight to Netflix. Let's throw a bunch of famous people in it. Very topical, very trending type thing that I thought the essence of Happy Gilmore was kind of lost in it.
I mean, I see what you're saying there. I do tend to agree with you. I think it was much better than some of the other Adam Sandler Netflix movies that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I think they did a good job kind of continuing that storyline, getting some good jokes in there, playing homage to the original film, some of the original people who were in there who have since passed and things like that.
There was some nostalgia.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on sequels or any part in the trilogy or however many there may be of those movies constantly showing clips from the original? Because that was something that they did, and I don't necessarily hate that. I don't know who else has done it. I think like the Karate Kid movies did it. I can't think of one off the top of my head that really leaned on the clips from the originals. That was one of the elements I did not hate.
I enjoyed it personally because it's been so long. I probably should have watched the first one before I watched the second one again. But it's been so long that when one of the characters showed back up again, again, not trying to give any spoilers, I didn't remember that was them until they showed the clip. So
that was helpful.
That was kind of helpful in that sense.
I thought it was so here's the thing. Happy Gilmore, I didn't watch when it first came out. It took me a while to watch it because I wasn't big on the Adam Sandler movies. I felt like I lost Billy Madison. I'd get confused with all his other movies. They'd mesh together.
Okay, which I kind of get.
Yeah. I went in with low expectations, and I had a good time watching this movie.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted from it. So to me, that was a good movie. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I give the original an 8 something out of 10. I thought this one was good. I thought the jokes were funny. I did think there were moments where it was kind of cringy laughs. I was like, I don't.
Yeah, and
that was too much. That was dumb.
And I thought the element of having the real golfers involved, I know that if you're a golf fan, you thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. I don't really know that professional golf has a total crossover mainstream appeal. So I thought you missed an opportunity to have more jokes and have it be funnier if you would have had at least some of those golfers be played by really funny characters and really funny comedians. Because they were funny. And if you love golf, you look at that and you go, oh, those are my guys, and they made some funny lines. But imagine if like one of those golfers was a Danny McBride or a Shane Gillis or whoever else you can create in your mind that would be funny. You just could have made it a little funnier rather than having to force things with the real golfers. And the guy that runs the this has been like one of the most talked about elements of the movie. The dude that plays the guy running the new league.
Yeah.
I thought that character like did not do it for me at all. Like
no, I wasn't a big fan.
I hated him.
He was not good. And my other big gripe about it was that his kids and his family were so like cartoonish. Like I just feel like Happy Gilmore and his wife could have like created kids that seemed kind of like normal and existed in the real world, but they were so just over the top that it almost made you look at it. I don't know. It just got a little too shtickish with the kids and the family.
That's a good point because in the original, we kind of see that she reels him in.
Yeah.
And they had the kids when you know, it was early on in the relationship, whatever. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense because the way she got him to fly straight, all the kids should fly straight.
Yeah, it just did a lot about it. And I watched it all. And pretty much my barometer for a movie in 2025 is if I make it through it, you get a decent rating right off the bat because my attention span is so low. But I was really hoping that they were going to surprise everybody and make something that was a little closer to the original, and I don't think they necessarily did.
But the original was so outrageous and edgy for the time to some degree, you know, especially with the Bob Barker fight and like just kind of things like that. Can you really recreate that magic in today's climate?
Well, and without giving away the big thing that we're trying not to give away, I found there to be such a steady theme of sadness.
Yeah.
Like there were laughs and it's funny and it's all under the umbrella of This Is Happy Gilmore, but like the original was off the rails funny. Like you weren't ever really sad except when it was funny. And I just felt that the Happy Gilmore character in this movie, he's pretty much depressed drunk for most of the most of the movie, which kind of goes against the whole idea of Happy Gilmore, in my opinion.
And they kind of like they put it in there that, oh, he's a drunk now and this and that, but it was all comedy. They didn't have a serious moment about like why he's dealing with all this stuff. You know what I mean? They didn't let it breathe. It was just joke. That guy that you said kind of ruined it. The longest time, me and Nicole trying to figure out who he was because we thought he was a regular guy wearing prosthetics. He just looks weird.
Yeah, no, he's I believe he's one of the Safdie brothers. Who they're the guys that they did Uncut Gems. They did the Curse with
they wrote it?
They did Uncut Gems, him and his brother, I believe, and then they were behind the Curse with Nathan Felder, and then they also produced and directed Adam Sandler's Last Stand Up. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't.
More people need to watch that because it was so wild. It is not your average stand up at all, and it's almost like if I tell you what's going on in it, then I'm ruining it for you, but. It's like things are going wrong the whole time. Like there's a stand-up set and he's doing his thing, but there are things that are going wrong. And if you're watching it, you're kind of confused by what you're watching. And I think it's really funny. So clearly they have become buddies enough to where he's booking him in a main part of his movie, which I don't know was the right move.
Yeah, I agree with you. That and the character itself was just kind of weird, a little over the top. Not really believable.
And like some of it, and I'm nitpicking at this point, but when you talk about trying to get back to the glory days, like some of the stuff with that tournament at the end, the golf tournament, clearly looked like AI. Like when they did like overhead shots, like I don't think there were real people there. Like it looked like a computer generated thing. So
I hated that whole final act.
Yeah, it really was. It really it was not and maybe that's what it was. Maybe I didn't hate it as much as I thought I did, but the ending was so bad and discombobulated that it didn't bring me much joy.
Go ahead.
I'd say if you like the first one, it's worth watching though.
Probably.
It's worth
probably to get through it. But I would say go watch it. I wanted to find out I had the name for it. Go watch Love You, which was the Adam Sandler quote unquote stand-up special that he did, which I think has almost 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Really, really, really funny and not what you expect. So go watch it. You may be mad, you may be sad, you may not be, but
what I didn't like was a big thing about this too is the Shooter McGavin part.
Yeah.
That like you are shown that he absolutely hates this guy. And then he's like, meh.
I didn't
it's all good.
I didn't hate that. I would have loved maybe a little bit more of an homage to Bob Barker. You know, they showed the headstone and they showed him. I would have loved if you got Drew Carey or even another game show host or something.
We were betting on that, me and Nicole, because we were told, I don't know if it was Drew or someone said, like, there's going to be a recreation. They already said that of that scene. She thought it was going to be Drew Carey. I go, it's going to be like Tom Brady or something.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking.
Would be funny. The Eminem part was
I hated it.
It was. I mean, I liked the original guy. I thought the funniest part was when he started like kind of talking like Eminem when he was with the alligators in the water.
Oh yeah. I'm from Detroit.
So go watch it or don't. Either way, it sounds like it's about split down the middle. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was horrific. You be the judge for yourself. 2 years after Cardi B was accused of assaulting a fan with a microphone during a live performance, the rapper is now facing legal repercussions for the viral incident. Sometimes it's crazy how long this stuff takes. The concert goer, a woman from Cleveland, Ohio, filed a lawsuit July 21st alleging assault, battery, and negligence against the Grammy-winning rapper. In the lawsuit, which was published in USA Today, the woman, who is remaining anonymous, alleges the rapper participated in an unreasonable escalation that resulted in reputational and emotional harm. If you don't remember, Cardi B in July of 2023, there was footage from her. She was at some beach club and she throws the microphone at somebody in the crowd, and you can pretty much see it hits them right in the face. The video got over 100 million views. Cardi retaliated when a concert goer standing at the edge of the stage tossed the contents of a large white cup, splashing her face and soaking her orange swimsuit cover up as she performed her song Bodak Yellow. The woman says there's a different version of events saying that Cardi had asked the fans to throw their drinks because she had reached her limit, does not excuse the assault and battery that the fan endured. After the jarring encounter, the unidentified fan filed a police report for battery. No arrest or citations were issued, according to the Las Vegas police. However, this window has gone a little bit further now. She has decided to come after Cardi B. Much like the police that you talked about earlier, when you talk about a fan getting hit in the face with a microphone, probably just a settle out of court and pay the lady?
Most likely, but there's no real excuse for that there. Even if somebody threw a drink at her, it's not a self-defense situation where you can use reasonable force. She just threw this out of frustration or anger. I don't even know if it was the same person who threw the drink at her. She just threw it into the crowd, and obviously possibly an innocent bystander was injured here, and certainly she's liable for that. So, yeah, there's no really reasonable force standard here. This is just a straight battery.
Yeah, and the attorney says, acting in accordance with the environment created by Cardi B's express words and conduct in a manner consistent with other attendees, this is good lawyer speak, splashed a small portion of her drink in Cardi B's direction. In apparent anger and without warning, Cardi B suddenly and forcefully threw her microphone directly at Doe. In the filing, Doe said the sale of Cardi B's microphone in an auction for nearly $100,000 further publicized the incident and exacerbated her emotional distress.
Interesting.
I'm trying to see if it has I don't think it has a dollar amount that she's going for. What makes sense?
I mean, it could just be an undisclosed amount there. But I mean, certainly, the fact that the microphone was sold further publicized the situation, sort of makes light of the situation, and possibly profits on the situation could also play into the potential lawsuit. Yeah, they're saying her attorney, Cardi B's attorney, says that the woman's complaint was a transparent and pitiful attempt of a financial shakedown. Oh my God. She did chuck a microphone at somebody's head. I would think, and I don't know what you do when you're super famous, but Cardi B's not hurting for money. I think you find this lady and give her whatever the hell she wants right off the get and try to nip it in the bud. Exactly. Concert tickets, $100,000, whatever. She's obviously a fan if she's there. Yeah. You would think.
She's in throwing distance. That's how much she paid for a ticket.
Exactly.
That you can nail me with a microphone that close.
Yeah.
What are the when you talk about concerts in general? I don't think we ever touched on it with you specifically, but we were talking about the Travis Scott stuff. Yeah. Like, what is is the onus ultimately, unless it's the artist taking the act themselves and hurting someone, the onus, I would imagine, often for an incident that happens in front of the stage, whether it's a mosh pit or something, you take on that responsibility, but if there was somebody to go after, if you got hurt, is that the promoter or the venue? What would be the number one target if you are trying to sue because you got hurt?
Well, typically it's going to be all of the above. So basically anyone who's involved in putting together that event. So it depends where it is, obviously. But when you go to an event, there is a reasonable expectation that there's going to be reasonable security, reasonable EMT services, things like that. And so, at the Travis Scott incident, one of the issues was there just was not enough security. There was not enough EMTs. They couldn't get to the people. In general, it was a poorly designed situation. And I think there was also some issues with, I think he continued to perform, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
And so that, wasn't the greatest look there. But then you have, a situation like we had down in Miami a little while at, Copa at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Yeah.
And so, where the people just stormed the stadium, was that foreseeable? Maybe not. And that's a situation where they just barged in and the police and security completely lost control of the situation, which now they've passed a new law in Florida because of that, where if you're in a venue like that and you're asked to leave by the police and you refuse to do so, it's now a felony, which before it was just a misdemeanor. So, this could be an issue if you get a little too drunk at an event and you're told to leave. You refuse to do so, or you're too drunk to do so, you could be now facing a felony instead of a misdemeanor.
Oh, damn, because you're I guess, hindering potentially or putting other people in danger by your bad actions?
Theoretically. I think they were just trying to increase the punishment to prevent something like that. But let's be honest, when people are storming a stadium like that, they're not really searching the Florida statutes to see what the potential punishment is.
Is something new going on with Bone TV?
I have no idea.
I think this is, something is definitely new. This is, they've got a try shot right now. I wonder if this is the same on, if it looks the same on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure whatever we see up there is usually, it's moving on YouTube right now.
I thought maybe you learned some new Bone TV tricks this morning and you were trying them out right now. Yeah, it looks to be a little more produced and directed. So thank you to whoever is doing that in real time. I'm going to hold off on the alligator Alcatraz. We'll let it stew for a week and see what happens because I wanted to pick your brain on something else. So I watched last week, and I don't know if either of you have seen this yet, but there is a new documentary on Netflix called Amy Bradley is Missing. And it is about a woman who went missing from a cruise ship in 1998. And you have to watch it to fully understand it. Some people believe she jumped overboard. A lot of people, including her family, believe she was kidnapped by a dude that was playing in a band on the boat and sold into sex trafficking on the islands. And that they have, the one thing about it, they have all of these people that claim they have seen this girl over the span of the last 20 plus years at different islands. And they even have pictures of these escorts online that they say they covered it on Dr. Phil years ago. And there's a story today about the FBI investigating a death on board of the Carnival Dream cruise ship. And I wanted to kind of just pick your brain because they talk a lot on this documentary about how you kind of have your own laws and your own law enforcement and everything out there on a ship. Do you know the ins and outs of what can and can't happen and how they can cover things up and what laws are really being enforced out there on the high seas? Because the way that they paint this is that the captain of the ship is the end-all, be-all God, and that there's really no form of law enforcement out there in the water, which you don't really think about when you're on a cruise ship having tons of fun. But when they shine the light on that, you go, yeah, who is in charge out there, and what are the laws out on a boat?
I mean, I think it has improved over the last 20 years as far as enforcement and some of the regulations that are involved with cruise ships. But obviously, they're in international waters. They're flying under a different country's flag. And so there are very different laws. Now, if you get injured on a cruise ship, you can typically bring an action in federal court under maritime law. But you're right. It's not like the normal police are going to necessarily investigate something like this. So I know sometimes I believe the FBI will get involved in certain cases. But yeah, it can be a little bit of a muddy issue depending what flag they're flying under, what port they are, where the alleged incident happened, whether it was in port, out of port. So there's a lot of different factors that go into play.
Well, and like this woman that goes missing in this documentary, which I would recommend people watch it because it is just bizarre. But so the moment she goes missing, the dad wakes up in the morning. It's like 5:30 in the morning, and he looks out, and his daughter is sleeping on a lounge chair on the balcony, and the door is shut, and she's like passed out. He wakes up at 6 o'clock. The door is cracked. Her shirt is sitting there, and she is gone, never to be seen again. So they are, it's a day at port that day. So at this point, their daughter has been missing for like 6 hours, and they're saying, you can't let people off this boat. Like, we don't know where she is. They've searched the boat. They're pretty sure they don't know where she is. And now they're worried someone's going to get her off the boat. And the cruise line ultimately has to appease to all of these other people. So they let everybody off the boat. And the family believes that she was smuggled. She was smuggled off the boat. So I imagine if you've got a different, law enforcement agency handling decisions like that, and not just the cruise ship itself, things might go a little bit differently. It's like, who do they really have? Whose interest do they have in mind? The cruise ship or finding a missing person in a situation such as that?
Right, and you can't necessarily keep 5,000 people locked in a cruise ship until you solve this mystery.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a very difficult situation. I think if you've been on a cruise now, you see they have pretty decent security about who comes on and off the ship, and you have to take your photo and all sorts of stuff like that. Back when this happened, back in what, like the
98.
late 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, might have been a different story back then. But, yeah, depending what port you're in, you're going to have that potential police department if it happened in international waters. There's all sorts of factors. But ultimately, yeah, it boils down to kind of the captain of the ship, and he's got to make a call. And, at some point, they have to let these people off the ship. You can't hold them hostage. I don't know if you watched the Poop Cruise documentary.
No, dude, I'm a big anti-poop guy.
Yeah.
And I was asking people, like, how poopy was it? Like, how much fecal content was there? So I did not. I don't even think I really know what happened, other than what the toilets broke and they all ended up having to go in bags.
Well, the ship lost power completely.
Yeah.
So there was a fire. They lost power completely, which then shut down. I guess the sewage
AC
system,
and
the AC.
yeah.
So they they had to either poop in bags.
Oh, jeez.
And like pee in the showers.
Yeah.
But then all that backed up. But at the end of the day, they tried to sue. They brought a lawsuit, and it was Carnival. And Carnival said, well, in our ticket contract, it says we don't guarantee that the ship will be habitable, that we don't guarantee working toilets, we don't guarantee any of this stuff. And then eventually they backed off that stance and they gave everyone $500. But again, it's a very different situation because you're at sea versus if you're at a hotel.
Yeah, it's just it's really the element of like law and law enforcement and what happens. It's not something you think about. Like, you're just going on a cruise to have the time of your life, and they paint the picture in that documentary that there are so many crimes happening in cruise ships and people going missing. I mean, we hear stories of people going overboard. This one that's kind of unfolding right now, I think there's very little information. The FBI currently investigating a death on board the Carnival Dream Cruise. A spokesperson for the FBI that an incident happened around Wednesday, July 23rd on board the ship. At the time, the Dream was in the area of Belize during a 6-day cruise. A FBI maritime liaison agent based out of Texas is coordinating with the Coast Guard with the cruise line regarding the incident. They're not really giving much information other than there was a death on the ship, and I think that's part of it too. I mean, the FBI now involved, but you get to kind of control the narrative and the information coming out, because who wants to think that there's people dying on cruise ships all the time?
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing is obviously they're in the tourism hospitality business, and they want you to think it's a safe, secure place, and they kind of maybe don't want these things out there in the open.
Yeah. It is. The documentary is so wild because, like, there are these two girls that claim they saw her right after that time that she was seen in her room with the guy from the band, and he takes her up to the top level of the boat and then walks back by these two girls like 15 minutes later without the girl. So, I mean, there's all these little things in there that surely make it seem like this guy who was working on the cruise ship had something to do with it. But again, I think the easiest answer is she went overboard and they just never found her.
Quite possibly. And obviously the documentary sounds like it's trying to lead you in a certain direction a little bit. We all know how eyewitness accounts are as well, not necessarily the most reliable. So, but interesting.
It is. It's out there at sea. It's a dangerous game. He is Mo DeWitt. Hit him up. Just call MOE.com 866 call MOE. He's Tampa's injury attorney, and he's a sweet man. I absolutely love spending time with you. Thanks for making the trip. Thanks for making the trip out here today, and every time that you do. And again, go to the 1025 The Bone Facebook and Instagram. You'll see some pictures of me and Sweet Champ. He's a 9-month-old mix who is just a big, goofy, silly guy that is looking for a home. He's one of the longest residents at the Humane Society of Pinellas County right now, and he's going to make somebody very, very happy and be a great new best friend, and our buddy Mo DeWitt and Just Call Mo cover the adoption fees for the pets that we feature, and it means a lot and it helps a lot. I look forward to seeing you soon, buddy. Have a great week. Are you going to are you jet setting this week?
Yeah, we're doing a little family vacation to Iceland, so I'll be gone for a little bit.
A little family I like how you casually say a little family vacation to Iceland. How many days you gone?
I think we're like 10 or 12.
Oh, dude, that's nice.
Yeah, it should be good.
Dude, I hear the saunas over in Iceland, a big part of the culture. So hit the sauna and then jump in an icy body of water for me, if you will.
Cold plunge?
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, I've been seeing it talked about all week. It is very much right up my alley. Is there a hostile alien mothership headed towards Earth? I don't know, but some very smart people seem to think that it's reality. We'll touch on that and a bunch more. Coming up next with more Senning Show. Are you tired of that increasing electric bill? And did you know that this year already, Duke and Tico has raised the rates on electricity almost 20%? Paying an electric bill is a never-ending payment where your bill only goes up until the end of time. But those with Solar Bear are saving on average $2,000 a year. Solar Bear is a local company here in the state of Florida, and they've been doing business for over 10 years with over 10,000 satisfied customers. They currently have a 4.7-star Google rating with over 1,300 reviews. That's how they got to be the #1 solar installer in the state. And right now, you hear me talking about it, and I love talking about it because it's simple. Sign up now. Your first 12 months are completely free. You're going to bring the power bill way down, eliminate it in some situations, and you got no payments on the panels for 12 months. It's simple math. You can save that money, stock it away, whatever you need to do. Call today for a free estimate or check them out online at solarbear.com. Keep it locked to the bone.
All the hard stuff. Pre-game, then we're out the door.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. The Bay has elite wings, but whose are the best?
Tell me likey. Tell me one wingy.
102.5 The Bone and Stella Artois are on the hunt for the Bay's best wings. Visit one of the participating restaurants and enjoy a Stella Artois with some wings. Then scan the QR code and vote. The restaurant with the most votes will be crowned the best wings in the Bay and be featured on the Mike Calta Show. Plus, you can win cool Stella gear just for voting. For details and locations, visit theboneonline.com. Thanks to Whiskey Wings, St. Pete, Quaker Steak, Timeout Sports Bar, Angry Pepper Tap House, and Fergs.
We put in time, energy, and resources because your case is worth it. Farrah and Farrah, Tampa.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it. We've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a Farrah fight, you know who to call. Farrah and Farrah, Tampa.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Cava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events. On Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night. Great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies that are sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cava Social Club today and visit them online at thecavasocialclub.com and on social media at Cava Social Club. Cava Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
The Big One sales event is on at Sun Toyota. Get a new RAV4, $219 a month. Go big and save big on new RAV4, $219. Yes, $219 a month. The Big One sales event is underway. Get a new RAV4 now only $219 a month. Make it Sun Toyota and make it happen. Plus tax, title, pre-delivery service fee of $1,298. Private tag agency fee of $189. Electronic registration filing fee $588. New 2025 RAV4 model $4430. Lease $219 for 36 months. $6,904 down plus first month's payment and $695 acquisition fee. No security deposit required and approved credit from SETF. Offer expires July 31st, 2025.
If you're thinking about selling your home, what is keeping you up at night worried? Will I sell it on time? Will I leave money on the table? What if I can't find a home after I sell my home? Jeff Borum of Team Borum with eXp Realty has the solutions for all of those worries. Leave the worry to Jeff. Google Team Borum or go online to jeffborum.com. That's jeffborum.com and start packing.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me. Your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television. For going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
What's up, Bone listeners? It's Captain Zach. Are you looking for more power? Check out my friends at LBP. Whether you're boating, taking a cruise on the golf cart, my friends at Lithium Battery Power have the innovative technology to give that to you. Check them out at lithiumbatterypower.com or call 727-223-9831. Lithium Battery Power. Longer life, more power.
Shop Jerry on Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for some all-American savings with deals on over 1,000 vehicles during our American-made sales event. You pay what we pay with employee pricing for all. Get 0 down, 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Plus, scan a QR code to enter for your chance to win a new Ram 1500. All during our American-made sales event and the Make This the Summer sales event. At the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., Jerry Ohm. Tampa is own country. Online at jerryohm.com. Call 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. And love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
If Old Spice Deep Sea Super Hydration Body Wash were music, what would it sound like? Start with the deep sounds of Old Spice's ocean waves and kelp. Layer on the smooth, renewing moisture. You wouldn't hear any parabens or phthalates because Old Spice Deep Sea hasn't got any. But you would hear that vitamin B3 for healthier looking skin. So while your regular body wash sounds like this, Old Spice sounds like this. Sounds like it smells amazing.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
I gotta say, I don't think she's listening, but happy birthday to my wife. It is the birthday week for both of us. Not like a birthday week like Mo has a birthday week.
Well, his is a month.
Yeah, her birthday is on Monday, which, man, having a birthday on a Monday sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just so weird. So her birthday is today, my birthday is Saturday. So we're just kind of considering this a birthday week of sorts for the both of us. I think I'm gonna take the day on Friday, and we're gonna spend the day at the beach.
Do you guys do like kind of a joint birthday celebration, or do you do like, all right, we're gonna celebrate this for your birthday, later on in the week we're gonna do this for my birthday?
It's hard to say. It's been different. A lot of times we do a joint type thing. Like for the longest time we would go away for a few days and just kind of celebrate both of our birthdays. We haven't done that in a minute, but it's usually pretty much a joint vibe of sorts.
Yeah.
But a birthday at a Monday, I feel so bad for her. Like she's working and just Mondays suck. Like there's nothing, even if it's your birthday, your birthday can only make a Monday that much better, and it's not enough. I do want to touch on my friends at Wild Fork. Dude, I was so proud of this meal that I cooked on Saturday night. So
was this the one with like the Wagyu burger?
This is the White Castle. So my nephew is obsessed with White Castles. Like he's had it in Orlando, and he says it's his favorite food on planet Earth.
Shout out to Trent.
Yeah, shout out to Trent. A lot of people big fans of Trent and the Real Red John. That was fun. Made their day. And so I was gonna try. I tried to recreate a White Castle. So I got the Wagyu ground beef from Wild Fork, and then I got their brioche buns, and I did them on the flat iron skillet thing, and I cooked them with tons of diced onions, just like you would get them at White Castle. They came out so freaking good. When I tell you they were absolutely money, I did a tri-tip for my dad pretty much over the open fire. And Wild Fork's got everything you're looking for. You can go full-blown with the Wagyu sliders, get the brioche mini buns. You're looking for something bigger, go for the tri-tip, chimichurri skirt steak, rare cuts, wild game. They've got it all. They've got locations in South Tampa, West Chase, in St. Petersburg. You can get it delivered. You can pick it up in store or just go shopping, always online at wildforkfoods.com. I was kind of telling you how I was dragging ass so much today. So part of it, there's a weird connection between Danielle's flight coming in so late and all of it as well, because I did eat almost 24 Krispy Kreme donuts, which is really why I feel like garbage today. But on Monday night, I just wanted to wait up, and it kind of like kept getting pushed back. So me and my dad had this bottle of whiskey that we were sipping on. And next thing you know, it's getting to be like 1:30 and Danielle's not there yet. And I'm looking at the bottle and it's like gone. Dude, Saturday I was feeling it quite a bit. Pile some Krispy Kremes on top of that, and that'll make you feel like this on a Monday. But I'm feeling much better now than I did than at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's not like you do the type of thing every weekend. You need a little weekend where you could get into some debauchery as far as drinking and eating crazy, and then you just, you work through it Monday.
It really was so much more of the eating. Like I ate more sweets this weekend. The Krispy Kremes. We made s'mores on Saturday night. Dude, did you ever do a s'more with a Reese's cup?
No,
So instead of a Hershey's, we did s'mores with the Reese's cups.
Okay.
I ate probably 5 pounds of gummy bears. Like it's just.
What Monday hit you harder, this one or the one after the
this
Beach Bash?
one?
Yeah,
for sure. And I don't know if it's just the bad food. I don't know if it's coming off the Beach Bash. There was like a little bit of an adrenaline to it.
Yeah.
But this morning when I cracked my eyes, dude, it was like the Krispy Kremes were flowing through my pores, dude. Like it was Krispy Kremes. Eating a bunch of them is not for the faint of heart, my friend.
No regrets though.
No regrets. No, it was fun. We had a great time. The kids had a great time. I actually came up here.
Did you get the Xbox stuff?
I did. Oh yeah, I got the Xbox. I got the Xbox up and running. So we got
NASCAR and stuff.
We didn't get NASCAR. We got some other racing game. The problem is the new NASCAR comes out in a couple months. So I didn't want to buy the old one and then it come out then. So I got some rally game. We got the new UFC. We got a wrestling game. We were playing Monster Jam, and it was funny. I brought I had to record some stuff on Saturday morning, so I brought Trent up here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but so I had him record a couple commercials. Like I was like, hey, do you want to record some commercials for and without anything at all. If you missed it on Friday, my nephew was in town. He's obsessed with Logan Paul, and I hate it because I can't stand Logan Paul. I can't stand Prime or anything about it, but he loves it, and kids love what they love. So this was him. No copy, no nothing. This was his live read for Prime.
Why have Gatorade when you can have Logan Paul and KSI's God Nectar Prime Hydration? Why have Gatorade when you can have the best drink in the entire world? Go to Drink Prime now. Why have Gatorade?
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
Honestly, his mic skills were good when he was just kind of riffing with us and just speaking, I was like, this kid has confidence.
He really does. He absolutely does. I mean, I think not every kid would do that. But and again, I was telling you that he's got a YouTube channel, and I'm telling him all the time, you got to do videos every day.
Yeah.
And I think at some point it just becomes like work. I had a question for you because I saw what you were up to over the weekend. What was going on in Clearwater? So there was like a food truck thing in Sandy, and then somehow your stepdaughter, which I will say, I think that's the first time I saw in writing you call her your stepdaughter. That's
you're probably right.
That was when I read that I was like, oh damn, my boy's growing up. And she was like running the till for Sandy at the food truck.
Yeah, Sandy reached out to me and was like, I'm doing this. Well, actually, it was when we were at the beach bash. We were talking about these stuff she has going on. I was like, look, if you ever need help, the oldest is looking for work experience. You don't have to pay her, but she'll come do some child labor for you and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll definitely take care of her. And she followed up on it.
What was it? What was the deal? What was the look? I saw fireworks. It looked like a whole set of festivities.
So the food truck was not near the fireworks.
Oh,
like
that
it
was
was
separate.
near it, but that was not for the food truck thing. It was just a food truck rally. It had a DJ playing and stuff, and tons of food trucks. And she went there from I want to say about 4-ish to when it closed. We thought we were going to only leave her 2 hours before. Sandy said she was doing a great job. Gwen, that's her name, the eldest, she was having a great time.
Oh, look at that.
So I was like, yeah, perfect.
That's great.
I wish at that age I could have had opportunities.
How old is she?
She's turns 11 next month.
That's a little earlier than I had, but when I was about that age, a little bit older, I was working the sausage hot dog stand at one of my family's businesses on the weekend.
Awesome.
And that was just when you're young and you can do work and make money, I think it really kind of puts something in your head early on. So that was great to see. Did you get down on some Balti Bayou goods at all?
I did get on. So she only did 2 items for that thing, shrimp and grits, and then the beignets. But we got some to take home.
Hell yeah!
Had a great time. Seeing her do that, and I was so happy because she's one of those girls where she gets paid. Like I was like, so what do you want to do? You want to go to the mall tomorrow and go spend some of your money? She's like, nah. I want to save it.
I'm going to save it.
What?
I'm going to put it in crypto. I'm going to put it in the stock market. Let's invest this stuff.
The bad side of what she wants to save it for, she wants to get another animal. I go, there's no animals allowed when Chaka's in the building.
Like what kind of animal?
She wants to get a ferret. I'm like, a long rat? No, dude, I'm not doing that.
Well, I will say, just from the element of your dog eating it, like a ferret feels the most like a dog toy.
Thank you.
Like a ferret just looks like something a dog would want to eat.
Looks like a moving squeaky toy.
And I will say, and I'm sorry, Gwen, to trash your dreams, dude. Ferrets smell so bad. Dude.
Do they?
I had a cousin who was like ferret girl, and she had ferrets, and they had this cage, and they had all these little areas they play in.
Yeah,
dude, they have a very, very distinct. I don't know what they do, but there's like a sack that they have that emits this odor, and dude, once you smell a ferret, you'll know what's up.
I don't even know if I'm anything other than dog guy. You know what I mean? Like if I want to be in a household, like it's one thing if you have fish or gerbils and they stay in like their little tank.
What about that? What about something like that? Like what about a reptile, like a big ass lizard, or like something that the dog wouldn't have an opportunity to eat?
Lizard and that stuff wouldn't be bad if it's in some
like
type
of terrarium.
Or a tank. I'm cool with that. But if it's roaming, it's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good.
That would be rough. Oh, dude. I got big Kaka radio news, dude.
Oh,
my new my life is now complete, man.
You're a bird guy now, dude, at the back of the house.
Well, so I my commitment to the birds is been pretty heavy lately, and I had the parrots coming to the house, and my mom has nailed my birthday so hard 2 years in a row. So last year she got me the weather system for my roof, which was great, so I could sit and watch the weather all day, dude. This year. Yesterday, she got, and people tell me to get this all the time, and for some reason I just haven't got it on my own. Dude, she got me one of those bird feeders with the camera built in.
Oh, no way. So you've been living a life spying.
I will tell you, I'm just now obsessed. Check this out.
Oh, that's good.
Dude, and the camera is so clear that it's just wild.
I need that outside of my house.
I'm hoping that I become a little less obsessed, because now I just find myself, if I got a second, I just go live. I just go live from the bird feeder to see what the hell's going on. But,
can you get sound from that as well?
Oh, yeah, there's sound on it.
Oh, my God.
There is sound.
Kaka radio,
dude,
for sure, bro.
It's pretty great. Oh, you might have just heard a little something, actually. This is live from the feeder right now. Hold on.
Right now?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got a guy in there eating right now. I got a blue jay in there right now. Going to town.
That's not real.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Why does it sound like a man chewing? Like...
Dude, it's so up in their face. You just see every little bit of their little bird face.
I never knew it was that loud where you could hear.
Oh, dude.
From the birds.
They're going to town. So I started seeing this, I think, late last week, and I didn't realize that a lot of people were on board with it. And now you've got Harvard scientists speaking out on it as well. A newly discovered Manhattan-sized interstellar object that is zooming through our solar system has been identified as a comet. But two Harvard scientists argue there is reason to believe that it is an alien probe that might have bad intentions. So there's a lot of kind of scientific mumbo jumbo. NASA discovered 31 Atlas on July 1st. It is speeding through the inner solar system at 140,000 miles an hour. But Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb suggested in a new paper that the object, only the third interstellar object ever detected, could be an intelligently directed alien craft observing Earth with possible...
I thought that was from outside.
Dude, that's still coming from my phone. That's still coming from... Dude, I was like, no way that's coming through the window. It could be an intelligently directed alien craft observing Earth with possibly hostile intentions. And somehow they think if it were going to come around, that it would be sometime around the beginning or mid-November.
Yeah.
The paper presented several characteristics of the object, which would indicate that it is not a comet at all, but instead a directed craft. One of the most puzzling observations is that the object has significant non-gravitational acceleration whilst having now, in these words, I don't know what they mean, cometary outgassing. So there are at least some scientists that believe there is a large alien craft headed towards Earth that could have bad intentions.
Have you ever seen your boy, Lil Dicky, the Pillow Talk? It's a music video where he's basically...
Does an alien show up in it?
No, well, he comments about what if aliens came here, would
Yes, yeah.
Would they just take us out, or they leave and be like, Earth, go hard?
I have heard of it, and I think I've been seeing. I think people are using the audio a lot on TikTok lately. So I think I have heard it.
Because that was kind of my question, and Mike, I think, touched on it this morning. They came up with how to travel through space, which light speed and all that stuff. You got to be able to, because it takes X amount of light years to get to so-and-so planet. So they perfected that. Are they here to find out more of us, or just now we're going to take over because we know you guys aren't as smart as us?
Well, and I think, there's a lot of guesswork on what they could be doing. Who's to say that they haven't already been here in a smaller form, and they haven't had kind of probes out here figuring out what we're up to. And if you really wanted to get down in the mud with it, that this is now the mothership. This is the big one with all of them saying, okay, we've sent little things there. We've sent singular orbs or whatever. And now it's time to bring the big daddy and show these earthlings what's really going on. There is audio attached to this from this Harvard astronomer. I'll let it play for a second. I have a feeling it might be boring.
Was a co-author on a paper with Adam Hibbard and Adam Crowell, where we said the trajectory of this object appears to be quite remarkable. It arrives within 5 degrees of the orbital plane of the Earth around the Sun. And the chance of that happening randomly is 0.2%.
Oh, wow.
And moreover, it will arrive closest to the Sun when the Earth is on the opposite side of the Sun. And moreover, if you just play with the arrival time randomly, you would notice that only 1 out of 20,000 arrival times would come as close to the inner planets like Jupiter, Mars, or Venus. So that.
Have you ever heard of anybody? And from what I understand, there are old governmental papers that at least touched on this, and I think people say that I believe Ronald Reagan had a hand in, if you believe it, in developing this program many years ago. Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
I heard Johnny talking about it a little bit on the after
was he
show.
touching about it? Yeah. Which
it had to do with Brazil, right?
Well, I think the bigger there are connections to that, yes. But the bigger idea of it is that Project Bluebeam in its purest form one day would be a worldwide effort to make people think that aliens are invading to create a one world government. And they're
common enemy.
Pretty much, because we always say, what would it take? What would it take just in this country for people on the left and the right and all these opposing viewpoints to come together and agree on something? And often I think the answer to that is something otherworldly. Like it's not even just a terrorist attack anymore. It's not just something like that. I think it has to be a situation where it puts us all on Earth on one team, in a sense, against the evil beings that are coming. And that's what a lot of people are saying. The fact that this has so many details, the fact that they're throwing out a date like November, are they kind of giving us a little bit of predictive programming by saying, this thing's out there, be prepared for it, and could it be something other than what it actually seems?
It's like Independence Day when they all rallied up at the end.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Then everyone was no idea what's going on. They're taking over our planet, and then all of a sudden they're like, the Americans got a plan, and everyone joined forces with us, and we kicked their ass.
Yeah, and who's to say? You want to go next level? This is just me talking to my ass like I often do. What if the drone drama from back around Christmas time was actually them doing their recon missions, and now they've, like we said, got word back to the mothership, who is making its way here from wherever the hell they're coming from.
And they said for sure it's not even like an asteroid or something like that, right?
Well, some people say that it is, but then you've got this guy sharing statistics like if for it to be on this course doing this thing, pretty much the chances of that are 0.02%. So again, depends on who you believe and what you believe, but it's I think it's kind of fun to think about an alien invasion. Let's spice things up a little bit. Let's get some alien life down here, see what they're all about. I think Earth with just humans on, it's getting kind of boring.
How mad would you be if come November they come take over and now you have no show?
That would be
how does the Senning Show end? Alien invasion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's gonna end, that's one of the ways I'd like it to end. That would be better than just you're fired.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think I'd rather have it be like, hey, this whole alien invasion is really not working out. We're gonna have to evacuate the building and everybody's fired, rather than. We're not really feeling it, dog. Move on.
So let's say this is actually happening, that it's for sure they're coming in November.
Alien invasion, book it.
How do you think we as a world break the news to everyone? Because right now it's just like, listen to this crazy guy from Harvard. He might be right, he might not be. How do you think we all ease into aliens are coming?
I don't know, because I mean, I think that's the biggest question ever about aliens in general when it comes to what the government knows and what they think we can handle, because there's religious ramifications. Like depending on what your religion is, this could take you to a place where everything you've ever known and believed in is not true. There's also just the shock and level of fear that comes along with it. If it was 100% happening, I think you just have to get all the leaders in a room across the world, and you have to just go on and you say, especially depending on what like if they're coming here, if they know they're coming here to just wipe us off the map, don't even bother telling us.
Yeah, it's just let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, why freak everybody out? Because the after effect of the announcement would probably be just as bad as the attack.
Yeah.
If you go say, hey, in 2 days, the aliens are coming, they're wiping us off the face of the earth, all hell breaks loose. I mean, everybody's stealing everything. Everybody's killing each other. I don't even know. It'd be like the Purge on steroids. So I don't know how you delicately tell the world that aliens are coming.
How you got to strap up now and get ready for war.
Pretty much. I mean, that could be. Is it like that? Because that's even scary. It's like, hey, go out. Do you have like stockpiles of guns? Like the government saying, hey, we want everybody to have guns. Go to your local. We're turning all of your local Walmarts into gun shops. Go like stock up what you need right now.
They give it to us like stimulus checks, but instead it's guns. It's like, we got to get to work. Here you go. Strap up. We'll see how this goes.
There's something to it. Let's take one call real quick, and then we'll step aside for a moment. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this? Hello.
Yo.
What up? Hello.
Yo.
Is this Everett?
Hello.
Is this a bit?
What are you doing? Are you working us? Is this some sort of alien invasion routine?
My phone's angrily keeps connecting to my car, even though I disconnected.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right. Senning Show, you're live on the air. Who's this?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Everett, first-time caller.
What up, buddy? How you doing?
What's going on? I think this, real quick, John, can you play the commercial, the Derby Lane commercial with you and Drew? Are you able to do that?
I don't have it in front of me. I saw you text me that the other day, and I do not have that. I'll queue you up. I'll tee you up for it later in the week, but I don't have it right now. Let's just talk aliens.
next time you hear it, when you describe the mural up top, it seems like you get into your Donald Trump. You sound like something Donald Trump would explain.
All right.
Just pay attention to it next time.
I'll check it out next time I listen to it.
I think the alien, if they do come in November, I think it's going to be exactly how the movie was Don't Look Up, to a T.
Which one was that?
With Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah. Were those aliens or were those asteroids?
The asteroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's going to be just like that. Like, no one's going to care. They're all going to be doing TikTok trends, and no one's like, it's going to be exact. That movie was awesome.
There is something to that. Like, I don't know that it would go just that way, but remember we had like the whistleblower who came out like a year ago, a little bit over that, and said that, this guy had the highest clearance level in the government, in the military. Thank you, Everett. And he came out and said, hey, I've seen biological material of aliens, and they have them, and it was that. I think what it will take is the alien ship coming into the sky in front of everybody to see them with their own eyes. No piece of information, or I don't even think a video or a picture now is enough to make people care. I think you have to have aliens coming from the sky before your very eyes for this attention, this society with no attention span to go, okay, I think something's really going on here.
You know what's going to ruin this all for us? They're going to come peacefully. They're going to land in Lake City.
Oh,
They're going to find an older black gentleman and say, we come in peace. He's going to pull a blade on them, and then they're going to go, we got to take out this whole planet.
I think
they're all violent down here.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Those Lake City types are going to ruin it for everybody. All right, one more quick one. What's up, Senning Show?
What's up? I got another alternate, kind of piggyback off of what this said. What if they come in peace and they read out of a book and they're like, we're going to solve famines. We're going to give you like domes to where nuclear war is like ridiculous and it's not uneventful. And they're figuring out what they're reading from this book because it's in this alien language, and then they finally solve it, and they're trying to convince humans to go on their planet and see how great it is. And then they solve what they're reading out of, and it's a cookbook to serve man.
Dude, no idea is too crazy when you're talking about the idea of aliens coming here. A cookbook to prepare humans for their own joy it's a bit of a reach, but I like it.
Didn't we have aliens confirmed? They were like in Mexico was like, we found them.
Those actually, I don't know what those things are called, but those things are real. Those things are absolutely, they have determined that those things were real. I think they were in Peru.
Peru, I thought it was Mexico. And
there were two that happened.
Yeah.
And I think they determined the ones in Mexico could not be proven. But the humanoid three-fingered alien mummies that were discovered in Peru were proven to be legitimate beings. But they think it may have just been some sort of something that lived on Earth and not an alien. They have a name for them. I forget what they were. The NASCAR mummies. But they have they have like a name of that type of being. And it's not a Bigfoot, but it may be more in the cryptozoology world of a being that was living on Earth rather than something that came from space.
Okay.
But still, I appreciate the fact you knew that. I feel like I've indoctrinated you real well into all of these unbelievable things. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, vroom, vroom, baby. Yesterday was a history-making Brickyard 400. A driver won. How do I say this? A driver won who had the skin color of no other driver who had ever won that race. What a tease. Don't go anywhere. More Senning Show on the way.
I've seen silver circles.
By the way, UFO song, Silver Circles by Upchurch.
Silver circles.
If you're a homeowner, the time is now to reach out to Reese Windows. Don't wait for hurricane season to really kick into high gear. Plan now. You remember last year, Helene, Milton? You want that protection. Reese's hurricane impact windows are affordable, energy efficient, and come with a double lifetime warranty. And on average, you can get them installed in just 6 weeks. For a free quote and your chance to win $15,000 in free windows, all you got to do is text TRUST to 20129. Reese Windows has been installing for over 50 years, and they've got you covered. Keep it locked to 102.5 The Bone. More Senning Show on the way.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Wednesday night is Bone Bowling Night at Pin Chasers, which means that for one low price, you can bowl unlimited bowling from 9 p.m. until close. For less than $20, you can bowl until your arm pretty much falls off. Go to pinchasers.net to reserve your lane. It's good at all 4 area Pin Chasers locations, and we'll see you Wednesday night for Bone Bowling Night.
Bowling, food, and fun at Pin Chasers.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me, your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television, for going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When we place our loved ones in a nursing home, we expect them to receive the best care. We meet with families who learn that their mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers have been terribly abused in nursing homes. Bed sores, malnutrition, broken bones, dehydration, and yes, even death. If you believe that a loved one has been abused or neglected while living in a nursing home, call us. The consultation is free.
Offices Tampa, St. Petersburg.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Many retailers use a computer program to tell you which mattress to buy after answering a few questions. That's not how finding the right mattress works. At OMF, our associates take the time to understand your specific needs. They'll guide you through our showroom, explain the differences between models, and help you select the right mattress. No computers, no gimmicks, just personal attention and quality mattresses built locally. Visit any showroom and experience the OMF difference for yourself.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Think you're not the suing type, but you weren't at fault. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
The summer sell-down is on at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Newport Richey. Right now, get $15,000 off MSRP and Furman sell-down savings on select new 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Plus all manufacturer discounts and incentives. If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a Ram, this is it. And Furman CJDR in Newport Richey is the store that always saves you more. US 19 in Newport Richey or online at FurmanNPR.com. Hurry in now. The summer sell-down ends July 31st.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for. Sipping rosés with seltzers on ice. Making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes. and rebuild lives.
Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show featuring Florida's best Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains tribute bands. August 8th at Janice Live. Get your free tickets today at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Yard belongs to Bubba. Wallace wins at Indy, and he's going to the playoffs.
Whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb. Whoa, Black Betty, bam lamb. Black Betty had a child, bam lamb. The damn thing gone wild.
Welcome back to Senning Show. 800-771-1025. Phone lines are open. Get up in the chat room. 1025 The Bone on YouTube. Senning Show is live for your viewing pleasure. We're cresting around that 170 mark. Let's see if we can get it up to 200 before the end of the day. Shout out to Reddy Samedi, Kevin D, Garrett Roberts, Vanessa, Underground Psychos. Tiza Energy. It is the pouch that you dip between your cheek and your gum. It gives you focused, alert energy all day long. If you're looking to beat a habit, it's there for you. Great if you want to stop dipping, vaping, smoking, or even staying away from the snacks like eating Krispy Kremes in the middle of the night, popping a Tiza instead. They've got the chill line, which means no energy. It means tea-cut herbs that are going to mellow you out. Flavors for everyone, spicy, minty, fruity. You can stock up at TZEnergy.com. Use the code BONE20 for 20% off everything in the online store. Also available at 7-Elevens, Walmarts, liquor depots. Check out the store locator. We love you, TZA Energy. Why spit when you can swallow? Dude, so I have to say, yesterday's race was wild, specifically the end of it, because Bubba Wallace in position to win the race. And it was funny because the dude on commentary said 5 minutes. I think there was 12 laps left. He goes 5 minutes for Bubba Wallace to, live his dream and win one of the crown jewel races, the Brickyard at Indy. And about as soon as he said that, it started raining. Oh. So they stopped the race. He was in the lead. The sleeper detail was they thought he was going to run out of gas. They didn't think he had enough to run extra laps. So they stopped the race, restart it. There was a crash. So they go back under caution. So when they're going for the second green-white checkered, as they call it, they play him over the, you can hear over the radio. They go, we don't think we got the gas to make it. And he's leading the race. And by some sort of a miracle, he holds on to the lead. And it was a hell of a race. I never really had an opinion on Bubba Wallace. I like him because he's on the 2311 team that's owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. He had that controversy years back, which I didn't really know how to or what regard to hold that into. But watching him win, I have learned he is the most beloved driver amongst all drivers. I said that wrong. He's the most beloved driver amongst the drivers.
Oh, really?
Everybody was so damn happy that he won this race. He is he's the first black driver to win a major race on Indy, on the Oval. And he was just so grateful and thankful, and to watch all of the drivers. I didn't know this was a thing, but they do something after a big win. Your fellow drivers will give you a tire mark where they come up to your side and they kind of like bump into you. And I saw a video of it, and they said, we've never seen another driver receive more tire marks from his fellow drivers. Like right after he won, everybody was coming and just kind of bumping into him.
Everyone was touching tips?
Yeah, they were touching tips and showing Bubba some love. And I have a short clip of him after he won.
I'm not big on history. I'm not a history buff. And I understand that this is a crown jewel event and that a lot of people have been working really hard to win this race. Not only the drivers, but pit crew members, crew chiefs, crew members, My gas man said 20 years he's been trying to win this thing. And I had a lot of first-timers today. That was Charles's first Cup win. So to do it here at Indy, just it brings me joy to see them have success.
It was very. So he's got a newer baby. So the whole thing at the Brickyard at Indy is the brick. There's like this area of brick. So he's laying on the bricks with his baby, and it was very very emotional. Cool thing to see. And I don't fully understand the inner workings of it, but I've told you how that 2311 is actively suing NASCAR, and they're in this huge legal battle. So what a huge FU to NASCAR as a whole, that the team that is actively suing them and going through all of these motions to get all this information released and change the way that NASCAR does things, for them to win at such a big race. Probably, I'm sure NASCAR is happy in a bunch of ways, but also probably like, what the hell?
A little salt in the wound.
Yeah, and dude,
what they're going through.
I was pulling for Denny so hard because he crashed in qualifying, so he had to use a backup car starting from the last place.
Oh,
and dude, he was up in the mix. I think he ended up finishing
third.
Was it third?
Yeah.
He ended up finishing third, which part of you's got to wonder. And it just becomes so weird. So he's racing for a different team, but the guy who's racing for the team he owns is in the lead. So you wonder, because Denny's never won at Indy either, do you wonder, is he holding back a little bit so that his team and his guy can win? I don't know if that's anything that would ever happen, but a nice, exciting...
well, isn't that how it goes, though? Like, if you're on the team and they're in a place where they can win a position of power, you kind of got to play defense for them and block lanes. And I don't know enough about that deep into NASCAR to know.
I think it just depends. Maybe, but Denny's also never won Indy. And he's supposedly his big things this season where he wanted to get 60 wins and he wanted to win at Indy. So in that moment, I don't know if he had it to beat him. But just a great, dude, so Bubba, Larson, Denny was up there. All these guys that I love were up in the mix. And it was fun. And now Bubba's in the playoffs, too, which will make it even more exciting. I don't think Michael Jordan was there, though. I saw a clip of him calling Michael Jordan after the race. But
he's probably playing golf. That's what all he does in his spare time.
Probably.
Right?
He seems super involved. Usually he's in the pit box. It's kind of crazy that of all the things Michael Jordan could have sunk his teeth into in the back half of his life, he chose for that to be NASCAR, which is kind of cool.
I kind of regret now, in a sense, not picking Denny as one of my main drivers, because I was like, I feel like if I pick him because he's black, that's gonna look bad.
Bubba's black, Denny's white.
Sorry, that's what I meant with Bubba. Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
I hate to
still
say
show
it.
for the dog.
You have to. You have to.
Here's the thing I don't like about Bubba. Pulls the knife on too many people too often.
He does.
Pulls the blade out.
That's
like, I'm gonna cut you.
That's what they do. We call that the Lake City way. And if according to our friend Spike, that's it's built in. It's just built-in thing that they do. If you didn't know,
I like Denny because he talks trash, backs it up, and he's kind of agent of chaos.
He really is. But man, I'm pulling without a shadow of a doubt. I'm fully on Team Denny for the championship.
Oh.
And I was pulling for him honestly yesterday. I'm glad Bubba won, but a fun day of vroom.
And nobody's brackets won because they were all done in the first race, right?
Nobody. So it was Ty Gibbs. That was the who technically won the bracket yesterday, and the dude that he was going up against, I think, was like 2 laps down. He didn't even. He wasn't even.
Not even the race.
That's what's crazy is that. They claim all of these cars are so similar, but like you were racing for $1 million and you couldn't even get on the lead lap. You know what I mean? So I don't fully understand how you can be so far behind, especially when you've got $1 million on the line. But it does. I will tell you. And Bubba Wallace had. If you didn't know, and I don't know how much is just straight up racism. I don't think it's the biggest leap in the world to think that old school NASCAR fans might be, not a big fan. But, he had that controversy, and it was right after, I want to say, the Jussie Smollett thing, which did not help him.
Yeah.
But he had that big controversy where he insinuated that a pull down on a garage door was put there to look like a noose, like for him.
Yep.
And he was upset about it. He made a big thing about it. NASCAR did a full investigation about it, and they pretty much came out and said, we've decided and we've figured out that these garage pull downs have looked like this since the beginning of time, and there's nothing to see here. And I think, I'm looking at people in the chat right now saying similar things. I think that rubbed some people the wrong way, but I, especially after seeing him with his family yesterday and hearing some of the things he had to say, I think he's a good dude with a big heart and probably just a bit different than your average NASCAR driver, not just because he's black.
So that happened, the Juicy Smollett, as Dave Chappelle would say. in January 2019. So it was it was very next year in the summer, because it was June 21st, 2020.
Oh, so it was not far. It was not far after.
Yeah. And you're right. It's following that. They're like, oh God, another one of these
I don't
things.
think that helped. I think that everybody was on such high alert at that moment that when that came out, he probably got called. People were calling him Jussie Part 2 before they even knew whether or not it was actually true. So,
but to the point with the fellow racers, if they all F with him, they're all cool. Why should anyone be like, well, F that guy?
And that's kind of, with me not knowing much about him, I was just kind of not partial either way.
Yeah.
I liked him because he's on 2311 and I liked Denny and all of that. But seeing the comments from his fellow racers and seeing the way they reacted, people saying, anytime I've ever been in an accident or anything's happened in my life, like Bubba's always the first one to text me and reach out. And he just, he seems like a good dude. And who knows, maybe this will mean, maybe this will mean more wins for him. And now that he's in the playoffs, he could technically win the championship, which wouldn't that set the NASCAR world on fire?
That would be awesome.
It would be pretty sweet. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dig into John's joints. I wanted to mention one more time. I'm going to start putting this on my social media more often. But for my bearded brothers out there, or maybe if you're a lady who has a bearded man in your life, I have a very limited release of a beard product that I helped develop a couple years ago called Senning's Endless Summer. And it is currently stocked, the last of it, at Bayview Barber Co. in St. Pete. It's on 54th Ave North. And you might have heard me telling the story about my barber that I've been following around St. Pete and has been my only barber for about 7 years. He got in a terrible accident on his motorcycle. Somebody pulled out and hit him a few months back. He's just returning to work, and I wanted to do this as something nice to try and help him out, to help him get back on his feet. So all of the proceeds going to him and his family and his young girls, to Dylan. So it's at 1506 54th Ave North in St. Pete. It's a great, great product. I use it constantly. It's got a summer feel to it. It's kind of citrusy with cologne and a little bit of smoke in there. Senning's Endless Summer Beard Products, available at Bayview Barbers. If you're in the area, if you're in St. Pete, go get yourself hooked up. It's a damn fine product, and it's going to help out my buddy Dylan. So thank you. Do not go anywhere. John's Joints coming up next. Plenty to get to. Dude, have you seen the story or heard the story about the guy who's sniffing butts out there?
Yes, I have.
Dude, we got creeps in this world, but this guy's dedication to the craft is something else. We'll dig into that and a bunch more. Coming up next in John's Joints with Drew Garabo. Hawkins Service Co. They've always running tons of great specials, like 20% off smart home device installations. This is running through July 31st. $50 off generator maintenance through July 31st. And that HVAC, the AC, it's fighting for its life right now. Up to $1,500 off any system purchase and install. And you can get that thing tuned up for $69. It's fighting for its life. Treat it right. They handle everything from plumbing, electrical, HVAC, pool repair. And if you're first time using them and you're not piling on another discount, 10% off for listeners to Senning Show. Give them a call, 813-445-8209. You can even book online, hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
We're back and forth like a swinging door, and tomorrow's like yesterday. Some days better than the night before.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. 102.5 The Bone and Neutral are sending you to see one of the biggest bands of this or any generation. Oasis.
Live in California.
Oasis. Head to theboneonline.com now for the locations of QR code posters near you. Scan the QR code on the poster and you can score a flyaway to see Cage the Elephant open for Oasis in California, including airfare and tickets. And that's not all. You also get a pair of front row tickets to see Cage the Elephant at the Baycare Sound Clearwater on September 17th. Don't wait. Visit theboneonline.com now to find the location nearest you to register. From 102.5 The Bone and Neutral, keep it tasty.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Paid for by Hims & Hers Health. Hims & Hers Weight Loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions at 4hers.com apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Trying to lose weight? It's time to try Hers. At forhers.com/radio, you can access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you. These include oral medication kits and compounded semaglutide, the same active ingredient that's in Ozempic and Wegovy, but at a much lower price. So you can lose weight for less money than you'd spend on name-brand drugs. Through Hers, pricing for oral medication kits starts at just $69 a month for a 10-month plan when paid in full upfront. No hidden fees, no membership fees. Plus, the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Reach your weight loss goals with help from Hers. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable, doctor-trusted weight loss plans. That's forhers.com/radio. forhers.com/radio.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Bernetti PA. We make it easy. In fact, you can hire us by phone, over the internet, or we'll come to you. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Mike Caldy here for Shark Coast Tactical. Mark your calendar for this Saturday. It's Silence Co., EOTech, and Save Your Day at Shark Coast Tactical. This triple threat event brings together top-tier gear from some of the biggest names in the industry. Explore the latest in Silence Co. suppressors, dial in your setup with EOTech optics, and upgrade your range game with Savior bags and equipment, all with exclusive event-only deals. Don't miss Silence Co., EOTech, and Savior Day, only at Shark Coast Tactical. Shark Coast Tactical is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Look for them on social media. Tell them Mike Calta sent you.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money Americans in 2025 are now spending on gas in a year, even with lower gas prices. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside, just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SPORTS to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SPORTS for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SPORTS for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Fresh local trades, luxury for less at Thurman Luxury Used Cars. New arrivals hit our lot daily. BMWs, Audis, Broncos, Hondas, and more. All priced for every budget. We hand-pick premium vehicles for local trades. And everyone includes a free Carfax for peace of mind. Quick trade appraisals, flexible financing, transparent pricing, luxury made affordable. Only at Thurman Luxury Used Cars on US 19 in Palm Harbor. Shop now at FurmanLuxuryUsedCars.com.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
It's officially time for Zero Res's annual summer sale. Take advantage and get 15% off all cleaning services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more. Mention my name, Galvin, to secure this deal today or book online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
Oh, hi there. This is Attorney Patrick Smith inviting you to tune into The Bone this Saturday and every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show, where you can get all of your legal questions answered. So tune in this Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on The Bone for the Attorney Patrick Smith Show.
This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by Hawkins Service Co. One call handles it all.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
Got my toes in the water, ass in the sand.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. Every afternoon, we fire up the joints of the day. Sometimes they come from life. Sometimes they come from the headlines. But only one man can help them burn them down. Burn them all the way down. He's the best, and he doesn't need an hour of rest. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Drew Garabo.
Thanks, man.
Dude, I've been meaning to send it to both of you, and I don't think I can play it. But when I thought of this song to come back with, have either of you heard anything about the new Zach Brown Snoop Dogg song?
No.
It is written by Andy Frasco.
Oh, he wrote the song?
Yeah.
Oh, that is insane.
Isn't it?
Because it is have you heard it?
No.
Dude, it is a full-blown smoker's anthem, and it's filthy. It curses throughout it, but it's very funny because it's such a specific smokers thing. The name of the song is Let It Run.
Everyone was getting high, passing flowers round the fire. No one even gave a damn till it landed in your hand. Now you're overly concerned with the way that cherry burns. And you think you're about to spit on that joint I'm about to hit. Just let it run.
Dude, and it's literally all about like letting the joint run. Like we got plenty of weed. Don't go because people spit on it. And,
they do.
Stop it from running. And it's a smoker's anthem.
Yeah, I saw Frasco's IG talking about writing this song for them and how it was a dream come true.
Wow, that's pretty. That's pretty crazy. There it is. He throws in a hard mother effer there in the chorus.
I ain't trying to police the way y'all smoke your weed.
I can't wait to hear Snoop.
Yeah.
Your buzz. I just said something because we got cars that drive themselves. We put people in space.
Yep.
But can we please stop doing things like it's 1998? Just let it run.
I like it.
I thought I was going to hate it, and the first time I listened to it, I thought it was kind of lame, but now it's kind of stuck with me.
Now, where does Snoop rap on it?
Oh, yeah, he raps.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's got accidental racist vibes.
Yeah, no, well, it is, yeah.
We were almost there.
I thought that was, it's, it goes to a rap beat, and he just starts rapping, and then it goes back to it. I mean, I think the only problem I have with it is it's almost like too cookie cutter. Like I wrote a song about weed, so I get Snoop Dogg on it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. But it's this was the album. I brought it up on the air last week because Zach Brown says it's his masterpiece in life, and they're debuting it the day that it comes out live at the Sphere. And I thought it was a crazy idea because I'm like, who is going to go listen to an entire album that came out the day that it came out?
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying?
Sold out.
But it sold out, and he had to add to add some more dates. So, dude, have you seen any of the clips of I talked about it when it was officially booked, but so Afro Man is doing these Kid Rock the Country shows. Have you seen the clips?
No.
So he's come out a couple times with this Gavin Adcock guy, who was the guy that was trashing Zach Bryan, oddly enough. And he came out over the weekend and did what did he do? Oh, All My Rowdy Friends Have Settled. I forget what song it was, but either way, Afro Man came out and performed with Hank Williams Jr.
What a world.
What a world.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, and that Gavin Adcock, did you see anything over the weekend about the Nickelback thing and his family? So it's at the big Kid Rock the Country festival, and Gavin Adcock is quickly becoming one of the most popular country guys. He's just insane. He's rowdy. They have to shut his concerts down often. So his dad is back on the sound booth where, your family would sit. And so I guess somebody put a drink on the soundboard, and the Nickelback sound guy, because the Nickelback is the co-headliner for these Kid Rock shows, gets into it with Gavin Adcock's dad, and he stops the concert in the middle of the show, walks up the ramp into the sound booth, and starts like manhandling and fighting with the guy with the sound guy from Nickelback, and now it's gone viral, and he's buried him after the fact, and there's a funny little sound guy from Nickelback story.
I mean, who wouldn't be defensive of their dad, though? You see your dad getting into a verbal altercation.
And I will tell you, when I watch the videos, I'm like, I wonder what people are thinking of this. But his crowd is like, this is why we love him. Like he's there for his family. She's shrilling for his papa, even while live on stage. John's Joints brought to you by Bubble Down Car Wash. This time of year, we've got heat, we've got birds, bugs, pollen, rain, sand from the beach. So think about the unlimited membership plan so you can keep your car clean every single day with those long wash tunnels, spacious vacuums, amazing staff. They've got locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, Palm Harbor, and their newest location now open in Spring Hill. Hopefully there's one near you. You will have the cleanest car in town every time. Bull down. Dude, there's been such a weird debate on the internet. I wouldn't even call it a debate, but just this weird argument amongst the internet with the heat. I don't know if you saw any of that, but like all of the meteorologists and everybody were posting yesterday, because it is a hard thing to believe that Tampa has never hit 100 degrees.
Right.
And I think when people hear that, they just can't believe it because it's kind of a sleeper fact. A lot of times because of the humidity and other elements, it just doesn't get up to actually 100. The feels like, I'm sure, surpasses it all the time. So I found these meteorologists are posting it, and they're getting like this bizarre pushback from people. Like,
How could you push back?
Yeah, I saw Paul and Mike's weather page and all of these people, like almost because you talk about it, like they take it as you're bitching about it, or they don't believe it, or a lot of just like, this is Florida. It's just very interesting what people will choose to fight about on the internet. And Mike's weather page is a good gauge. And I saw him last night going back and forth with people and just kind of commenting on people's weird responses to highlighting the fact that Tampa reached 100 for the first time ever.
If your response is anything other than, yeah, damn, it's hot, then you're a weirdo.
Yeah, that's dude,
it's so hot.
It feels insane. Yeah. Like it really does feel insane. Like there's something when you almost can feel like the layers of heat on you. Like there's not a sense of relief. It's just heat upon heat. Like you have this almost radioactive microwave feeling on your skin. And like if you don't have to go outside, the best bet is to not go outside. It's been insane.
It is insane to me that this is the first time we hit those temperatures, because I felt like we've hit it tons of times, and like, what am I missing that we've never hit 100?
Well, and it's really, I think, Tampa proper. I think it is the official National Weather Service gauge in Tampa, which I believe is at the airport. I believe it's at the airport, and it has just never actually gotten to 100. Other areas had, but then there were people arguing because I don't remember the names, but like whatever fort it was called back in like 1850, there's a report of it hitting 100. So I think what it is that anytime people try to highlight a never before occurring weather event, there's a certain population who feels like they need to fight against climate change with their argument. Because I think by saying that, you're going, well, it's hotter than it's ever been before. And you have these people that go, well, no, in 1850, it was just as hot, or it's been as hot always. Like by sharing a fact, you're somehow saying like weather is different or weather is ever changing. And either way, it feels like some of the hotter days that I've felt in recent memory.
You want some good empirical evidence of how hot it is? My dad, Frank Arabo, is done riding his bike for the summer.
Oh, man, he's putting it up.
Nothing has stopped this man, and we were talking at dinner last night. He said, I am done riding my bike for the summer. I can't handle it anymore.
Dude, it is not even being hit by cars has been able to stop.
He's been hit by 3 cars.
Dude, that's
and this weather is the one thing that's going to stop him.
That's hardcore. I mean, it's hardcore in the first place. I was curious how, I know you were probably enjoying the sweet element a little bit at Janice on Saturday, but was it cooking in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's you step outside now and you get punched in the face by swampy humidity. It is freaking ridiculous.
I will say my AC, because they say, we've talked about this before and people argued with this. I remember it, but I looked it up yesterday that there's this 20-degree rule where in reality most AC units can only cool your house 20 degrees cooler than the temperature outside. Now, some maybe not, depending on your insulation and what you got going on. But mine was creeping up there yesterday. I think it got to be like 77 in the house both days, which is a bit hotter a bit hotter than I like to keep it, and there's nothing you can do. Like the ACs are just fighting for their damn lives out there.
No, and thank God Matt and Dee got the suite because we would go in there to cool off a little bit, and then when you step outside onto that balcony, it's a 20-degree difference.
It's like you gotta like at the beach bash when you got a place to go, when you have a place where you can go cool down. But if you are out there for any period of time, it's just and I hate that I've got a mind that thinks this way, but all I can think about is this water in the Gulf just cooking, like just becoming so damn hot, and they're already looking at some wave off of Africa that may be knocking on our door next week, and I just know that these heat domes, which are kind of unprecedented, the fact that we've had two of these high pressure areas over the Gulf back to back, the Gulf's going to end up being hotter going into August and September than probably ever before, and that's not good.
I'll talk about it at the beginning of Drew Garabo Live today at 4, but I can't go to a water park ever again. I'm done during the summer.
Well, the water park feels like a place that would have been a place where you could get relief. They're not cooling the water there, so the water probably is not cold.
It's not cold. It's cooler than the temperature. And I love Adventure Island and Busch Gardens. Don't get me wrong, but I took Sarah and her family there on Saturday, and I'm done.
At some point, it just probably becomes like all the moisture is like cooking into everybody, so it just becomes somehow even muggier and more stagnant.
And everybody's taking the good chairs by the time they walk in, and there's little shade, and it was oh man.
Then standing on those steps waiting to go on, just cooking in the sun. Yeah,
dude,
that's not fun.
Can't do it.
Dude, we were talking yesterday because you've both seen my pool, and that we're lucky to where like a quarter of it or almost half of it is under a little bit of shade.
Mm-hmm.
So I think our pool stays 10 degrees cooler than a lot. So the days may be numbered, but it's starting at the weekend. Like we still had a little bit of a refreshing feeling when you got in.
Yeah.
I did get in this morning, and I think it may be gone now. Yeah. I think 3 days of 100 degrees plus has probably got it cooking. But if you can't even find relief at the water park, that's the sign that it's gotten too damn hot.
Yeah,
around here.
we got into the car to leave, and it was 102 in the car's thermostat. And I said, and there were people. This was like 2:00 in the afternoon. There were people lined up to go in there.
I was thinking about people going to Busch Gardens and Disney and everything. I was like, that's just a death sentence.
Oh my god!
Like that is that's tough. I imagine you didn't, just because I know you had a busy weekend. But did you watch Happy Gilmore?
Heard you guys talking about it with Mo DeWitt on my way in, and I don't think I need to see it. I like you said, I'm a golfer and a fan of professional golf, so I'm sure I'll love the Scotty Scheffler cameo and the jail joke that I've already seen too much of.
It's not just him. It's full of golfers.
Colin Morikawa.
Oh, dude, it's full
Justin
of
Thomas.
It's full of Rory McIlroy.
Rory too.
DeChambeau. All the old golfers. So he's like at these award ceremonies. I mean, I would venture to say there's probably 13 to 15 golfers. And the golfers aren't just cameos. Like the golfers are a main part of the final act of the movie. Like they're fully in. That's what I was kind of saying earlier. They were in it so much that I thought you could have probably replaced them with real actors or comedians to kind of make it a little bit more all-encompassing. Because the average person who loves Happy Gilmore, I don't think that they inherently know all of the current. Like, did you know any of those golfers in that movie?
Not until they started speaking and they were bad at acting. I go, oh, these must be real golfers.
Yeah, I don't feel like I need to see it. I loved the first one. At some point, I'll probably watch the second. Sarah's daughter's a big Adam Sandler fan, so
yeah, it's. I would say like for you, I wouldn't tell many people to watch it. I just think you would get a kick out of the golf element of it, much more golf centric, and because I don't think in the original there was a real tie-in to current actual golf.
Oh, none.
Like to me, I think they were all just fake characters in a fake world of golf. From the second he starts golfing, like it's all under the umbrella of he's now in the PGA tournament, golfing with real golfers. Like the whole framework of it feels much more real golf friendly than the first movie was at all.
I think in the first one, the only real golfer was Lee Trevino, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, this one is jam, and John Daly is in it constantly the whole thing. He's like his the guy that lives in his shed in his garage.
Oh yeah.
He's like lives in Happy Gilmore's garage. And
he wasn't in the first one, right?
No.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's their pet. Like he has to tell the kids like make sure you feed John Daly 3 times a day when you leave him.
I can't wait to see that.
Which is kind of funny. We'll get the joints kicked off properly with a friendly reminder that is also weather related. A woman was hospitalized after being struck by lightning Sunday night it's just par for the course, pretty much in the state of Florida these days. Just before 7 p.m., the Hernando County Fire and Rescue was dispatched to a person who was struck by lightning in Ridge Manor while mowing the lawn. According to this article, advanced life support treatment was initiated and the patient was successfully resuscitated while heading to the hospital. No additional information on the patient is available at this time other than they were alive. Just another friendly reminder, getting struck by lightning is not that hard to do. And if you're outside during a storm, it's well within the possibility. I think the messaging on how possible getting struck by lightning was off base for many, many years. And now people are like, yeah, if you're out there, there's a good chance you might get struck.
Yeah, and she was on a riding mower too, right?
Yeah.
What a terrible way to die. Like if I died on the golf course, if I had just hit a hole-in-one or even a birdie or an eagle and I got hit by lightning and died, I would think, awesome. I died doing something that I love. You die mowing the lawn from lightning?
That is
chores,
man. Yeah. Even God's like, oh, sorry about your luck.
So this was a lady, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First, I wonder, why is this lady mowing the lawn?
Some broke dick man inside the house.
And then secondly, maybe she loved mowing the lawn. Some people love mowing the lawn. I'm not one of them. We were talking months ago about how much I enjoyed taking care of my lawn. I haven't mowed my lawn in a month. No, it's mowed, but I'm just someone else is doing it. You can't be doing it. It's a fight for your life out there.
Flashing back to the beach bash, I saw Gio and his lovely wife in line for breakfast on the last day. And I said, I went up to him and I said, hey, no one's going to yell at you to mow the lawn, slack ass, so you're okay. And he's like, I've come a long way. The origin story of that is Gio famously hated breakfast for a long time, just would not eat breakfast because it flashed him back to his stepdad yelling at him early in the morning that he better get out there and mow the lawn, and he associated breakfast with that.
So the smell of bacon was a trauma-inducing thing for him.
But he's overcome it.
He has PTSD from that.
He does. He's a new man.
His stepdad sucked.
It sounds like
he really does. They just need to do the documentary for Gio sounds almost like the documentary for like the Jackson 5 or Beach Boys, where like they had this dad that was just unbearable.
Joe Jackson.
Brutally mean to him all these years. I saw this commercial that I'm about to talk about, and I thought that it was weird. I just thought that the verbiage was weird, and I didn't really get the whole thing when I watched it. But now it turns out people are saying that it has roots in white supremacy.
Oh.
American Eagle's Great Genes advertising campaign with Sydney Sweeney is at the center of the latest political firestorm online, drawing accusations of racial undertones in its messaging. Sweeney, who everybody knows now from the White Lotus and all the other things that she's done, she has a tagline in this new commercial for American Eagle jeans: Sydney Sweeney has great genes. It's obviously a play on words, Sydney's great jeans, which accrued more than 1.1 million views on American Eagle's Instagram page. Many people thought it was great, but many now say that it is promoting eugenics, white supremacy, and Nazi propaganda.
Jesus Christ.
It didn't even cross my mind when I saw it that people would think that. But now that I see it, it actually, I don't agree with it, and I think they're grasping at straws. But I do see that it wasn't the furthest reach in the world.
Are they blue jeans or are they white jeans?
No, they are white.
They said Sydney Sweeney has superior white jeans.
That's a good point. Here's a clip from the commercial.
Might be a problem.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
By the way, so this commercial, she starts talking and the commercial just goes right into her cleavage.
Perfect.
Like, she is so okay with being objectified. I mean, it's part of the kind of her appeal at this point that she's not taking it in the other direction.
She's a hero.
My body's composition is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
There's a bunch of them like that.
Yeah.
Which I did not see that there was an issue with it until people said that it was Nazi propaganda.
Are they all Sydney Sweeney commercials, or do they pick like other celebrities?
No, it's all Sydney Sweeney.
okay.
So Sydney Sweeney is the face of the Great Genes movement amongst American Eagle.
Remember the United Colors of Benetton?
No.
Remember Benetton, the store in the mall, and they like did the United Colors of Benetton. It was like all these different races.
No.
It was probably just old people like
it was
me.
it was a clothing line.
Yeah,
like clothing for people.
Yeah, that encouraged diversity, which back in 1987 or so was way ahead of the game.
Dude, it is interesting because I know there were people that felt like the heyday of Abercrombie and Fitch, which they did documentaries on and stuff, was inherently racist. And I think that the people behind Abercrombie and Fitch for a long period of time chose not to have one single person of color or any other race than blue-eyed white people as the face of them. And there was something Abercrombie and Fitchish about that commercial. So we'll see. I don't they probably are appreciating the pub more than being concerned about what people say on the internet.
Yep. Where are you on Animal Kingdom right now?
I have not made any.
Okay.
I've not made any ground. I haven't made any ground at all. It was a busy weekend, and when we watched TV yesterday, we watched Dexter. We watched
the first one.
No, well, so we're all the way in. We're caught up. There's 4.
Okay, we watched the first one.
Oh yeah, interesting, right?
So cool, all those cameos.
Yeah, it gets even crazier as it goes on. So we watched Dexter and Happy Gilmore. Yeah, Dokes is back. All of the old faces are back, and it is interesting. They get very creative as the episodes go on. Like I don't know what you call that when shows almost get like too artsy for their own good, but they start doing a little bit of that, and I won't say too much, but it is the Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage tie-in that comes, and what they're up to is it's a whole new spin on the show, and it's either going to be really, really cool or it's going to lead it to jump the shark.
All right, I like the first episode. We watched that. Uma looks great, by the way.
Yeah,
good Lord.
It's pretty good, and I mean, Batista coming back. Was he in the first episode?
He was, yeah.
It's going to get, there's more, by the way. More people from the past show up.
Lithgow in that first one.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Dude, the glory days of Dexter. You've never done Dexter.
I tried the first episode a while back.
I think you could.
Didn't get into it.
I think you could like it. I think you would like it. And I think I remember now that I told you, it took me a few tries. Because the beginning, remember, the first episode, he's driving around. It's very dark and of dim. It cranks up pretty quick if you probably get past the first episode, and then you'd have like a lifetime of watching. I think there was 6 episodes of the original one. Then now there's 2 seasons of the new one, plus a season of the prequel. There's plenty for you to dive into if you want a lifetime commitment.
Do you think I'll enjoy it still, even knowing a lot of the spoilers already, like with him on the boat into the hurricane, and then knowing this? Okay,
so much of the early stuff is just so self-contained. Like you could enjoy it, like the Trinity scene. I think that episode, the Rita episode with the Trinity killer, to me, probably one of the greatest moments in a television show ever.
Definitely one of the greatest season
finales. When it comes to shocking, and you'll be watching the show, and if you can stay spoiler-free, jaw on the floor type moment, that season has that unlike any other.
Is the narration a thing he does the whole time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You always hear his voice.
He
You
does.
remember in Breaking Bad, the second to last episode where he's with Hank in the desert, and you look and you see the Aryans coming, and you know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You get that kind of feeling from that Trinity.
It is up there with that, and I also hold that moment in the highest regard as well.
Poor Hank.
We talk about a lot of creeps. There are a lot of people out in this world. Notoriously, we love to talk about the guys who are whooping off in their car, maybe accosting ladies in the Target parking lot. This one is it's out west, and the boldness of this man, the boldness and the dedication to his craft when it comes to sniffing ladies' butts in public. He's a criminal and he's a creep, but the man is dedicated to the game.
On a TikTok video, lurking too close for comfort near unsuspecting women, has been caught on camera again, committing a similar act. The suspect has been arrested, this time for following women inside a Nordstrom rack in Burbank.
KTLA Sandra Mitchell live with the disturbing details tonight. Sandra.
Micah, it's almost too creepy to talk about, right? A man sniffing women inside local stores. I talked to
Don't sugarcoat it. Don't sugarcoat it, dear. It's sniffing their butts.
Bank police about it tonight, and they told me they consider him absolutely dangerous.
felt like anywhere I moved, he kept following me.
A sexual predator back on the prowl, and tonight picked up by...
Dude, by the way, this dude has the most bizarre ears you've ever seen in your life.
Does.
Like, I don't even know. It's like they're detached from his head.
Yeah.
It's like they're like tubular on the sides, and they like open up into ears.
Burbank police after another unnerving incident inside a local store.
But I definitely didn't expect him to do this. Like, what the actual...
Content creator Michaela Witter posted this creepy encounter with a man at Barnes & Noble in Burbank 2 years ago.
And the whole time I'm thinking I'm fine because he hasn't said anything or touched me or anything. But then you notice that he goes over and does the same thing to this girl. And he'll crouch down low and pretend like he's doing something and then smell. I don't know.
38-year-old Khalees Crowder of Glendale was arrested, but now it appears he's been at it again, this time preying on women in the Nordstrom rack in the Empire Shopping Center.
Wandered into the women's section of the store. There's a solo female and a female standing there alone shopping, and he's did the same kind of behavior that you'd seen in the past. Get close to the female, crouch down, pretend as if he was looking at items or, searching for something, and unfortunately conducted some lewd behavior.
Within minutes, Burbank police caught up.
Dude, I wish I would have thrown this at Mo, because I'm not simping for this guy at all. But like, what is the law of proximity? Where if I don't touch you, I don't pull. And again, I'm not. It sounds like I'm about to.
It's not.
But like, if I don't touch you and I'm within 6 inches and I'm just getting a whiff of your undercarriage, like that, I guess I've crossed the line. I guess I'm a criminal at that point.
Are you a criminal? You may have crossed the line of what we consider to be human decency, but what law have you broken if you're merely inhaling a woman's essence down there?
I want to ask Mo DeWitt on the other side of that. If, like, let's say you were in the mall and you saw someone sniffing Danielle like that, you attack them.
I pulled a spike on them.
Yeah. Where, like, do they get an assault charge, or are you within your rights because you're protecting your wife?
That's a good question.
Suspect in a nearby Walmart. Crowder has a
dude, I bet the Walmarts at the booty probably a little bit more effervescent than those at the Nordstrom.
long history of peeping, prowling, and burglary. He's a registered sex offender and was on parole. Tonight, he's locked up again, being held on $100,000 bail.
He's all over Burbank, Glendale, who knows where else.
We talked with women at the Empire Shopping Center tonight who say Crowder should not be on the streets.
It's ridiculous, and it's such a violation of privacy and space, and I can't believe that they let him out. He needs to stay in there.
You can't lock a guy up. I mean, again, he is a creep, and clearly he's got more issues, but like, you can't lock him up forever just because he's a booty sniffer.
So if you're not a habitual sniffer, like let's suppose I'm at the Barnes & Noble and I'm looking for books, and there's a young lady whose posterior is close to my face, and I'm just like, what's that smell?
What's that smell like?
Am I breaking the law if I just inhale her essence?
I would say not. I would say not. So he awaits a charge for loitering with intent to commit a crime. So he's loitering too close to that ass.
All he has to do is buy a book, and then you can smell all the butt you want.
$100,000 bail. He'll be back in court August 1st. Investigators believe there may be additional victims who have not come forward. Going back full circle to the Mo thing, and you mentioned the Spike tie-in and all of that. Did you hear Spike? Did you hear the knife talk with Spike?
I heard you guys talking about it. Yeah, I didn't know if he called in or not.
He did. He did call back, and it was very illuminating in that he really seems to have no grasp on the fact that pulling out a knife is a bad thing. And then he tried to make it almost a racial thing. That where he said pretty much like, correct me if I'm wrong, Diz, like black people do that. And that we should just, like, by questioning him on that maybe, I don't understand.
He's going to get himself shot because of what happened at that Walmart this past weekend.
And that's what I said to him. I said, that was my whole question. Like, if I shot Spike, would have I been within my rights?
Yes.
And it sounds like I might be, because the
Even
man
without the knife.
is pulling out the blade.
That's a threat.
Pretty much everywhere. And he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Not even a little bit.
It's insane that he doesn't have a problem. And I remember Ian specifically checking him hard. And me, obviously, well, I didn't check him hard, but I'm like, Spike, this is not a black thing at all.
Yeah. No,
what are you talking about?
And people are drinking? Like, that's the last time you want to be pulling out a blade.
Well, maybe he learned his lesson. I don't know if he did. I told him, I said, just so you know, like, Mo DeWitt has given pretty much everybody within the listening audience and me the go-ahead to shoot you if you pull out the blade again.
Hell yeah.
So It's not a threat. That's what he said. That was the thing. He said it wasn't a threat. And I said, anytime you pull out a blade on somebody, it is inherently known that it is a threat.
I'm going to feel threatened if you pull a blade out on me.
Exactly. And I think we should keep that in place. We shouldn't change that.
Yeah. Especially drunk. Drunk pulling out a blade.
Especially Spike.
Yeah.
Unpredictable. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got more joints to fire up. I have a feeling, if I know you, that you might have plans to talk about this today. Did you see the thing with Jacob Noel in the concert? Okay, so Jacob Noel, Bradley's son, now the lead singer of Sublime, he didn't, but he almost canceled a giant concert appearance for a very specific reason. Ooh. And I want to ask the question, if artists should ever be canceling concerts because of this very reason. Okay. And an allergy that we spoke about not too long ago is causing this woman to not be able to have a baby. We'll talk about that in a bit more. Coming up next with more in John's Joints. But first, we love telling you about our good buddy, Jeff Borum.
We love talking about him because he's the guy who's going to help you find your next house. And more importantly, he's going to help you sell your old one. What a decision that is, too. You go with the wrong person, and it could end up costing you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's why you need to go with our guy, Jeff Borum.
More than ever, you need somebody that you can trust, and you need somebody that knows the area. And those two things are absolutely true when it comes to Jeff Borum. A lot of people buying and selling, certain areas still recovering from the storms. So you want somebody who knows those hot zips, those areas that'll keep you dry, those areas where you know you can get a deal. That's what Jeff Borum is going to do for you. Take away all the stress. If you're selling, get you more offers and more money than anybody else with that masterful marketing machine. If you're in the market for real estate, buying or selling, you've got to go with Team Borum.
Team Borum, powered by eXp Realty. And Jeff will give you options. Buy your home, sell your home, rent your home, and there's no risk. He'll let you out of the contract at any time. Google Jeff Borum right now, and you could be packing by tonight. BORHAM for Team Borum.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Elysian Space Dust IPA presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, a free show Friday, August 8th at Janice Live. And you guessed it, it's all grunge all night with some of Florida's best tribute bands, including Nirvana, a tribute to Nirvana. In a Nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains. And Still Alive, a tribute to Pearl Jam. It's a free show, but you need a ticket. Ask your bartender for an Elysian Space Dust IPA and free tickets at Eddie's Bay Pines, Knockin' Boots, Bourbon on Main, Brulin's, and Ferg's. The show is 21 and up. New bands with the classic grunge you love. St. Pete Grunge Fest, August 8th at Janice Live. Presented by Elysian Space Dust IPA and 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
We have one crash in St. Pete that'll be causing delays for a while. That's at the busy intersection of 66th Street and 22nd Avenue North. Up by the Pasco County line along northbound I-75, an accident at State Road 56 has had that off-ramp partially blocked. But apart from those, we're in relatively good shape right now across the Bay Area. Late day volume, though, is definitely building along the interstates. This is Jim with traffic.
A man hit on his way to work filed a $10,000 claim. Denied. After 5 surgeries, Farah and Farah fought for him and won a $2.2 million verdict. Let him cook, Tampa.
John Senning here for the National Aviation Academy. Are you just entering the workforce and looking for answers on what you want to do? Or are you sick and tired of your career and you want to change? Well, how about a new life in the world of aviation maintenance? It can be a reality with the help of the National Aviation Academy right here in beautiful Clearwater, Florida, where you can be trained in just a few months by getting your hands dirty, working on engines of planes and jets and props, all sorts of things that I don't know anything about, but you absolutely will. The next class starts August 20th. Visit them online today at naa.edu.
Now this is how you end a summer.
Under the lights, surrounded by history, the driver's last shot at the playoffs, your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Furman Chevrolet in Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 Chevy dealer. What makes us #1? At Furman Chevy Brandon, we say yes. Yes to having Tampa Bay's largest new Chevy inventory. Yes to paying top dollar for your trade. Yes to 0% APR financing on 2025 Silverado 1500 for well-qualified buyers. Don't take our word for it. Come see why we are #1. Visit us on Adamo Drive in Brandon or online at FurmanChevy.com. Furman Chevy Brandon. Together, let's drive.
Now is the time to check your homeowner's insurance and ensure that you're covered before the next storm hits. Italiano Insurance can help give you that peace of mind. Even if your mortgage company doesn't require flood insurance, your home could still be at risk for flood. And now's the time to make sure your family is fully protected. Call 813-877-7799 or visit ItalianoInsurance.com today. Italiano Insurance, serving our community for over 60 years.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Recently, the owner of a large mattress retailer was proudly sharing how over 65% of their queen mattress prices are $15.99 or higher. At the Original Mattress Factory, our focus is a little bit different. We build superior quality mattresses right here in town and do our best to save you as much money as possible. That's why at OMF, nearly 80% of our queen mattresses are lower than those prices others brag about. Stop in or check out originalmattress.com to learn more.
If you've been hurt in an accident, Burnett EPA is here with a quick response. One call and we're on it. It's fast, easy, and focused on you. Quick action, real results. Burnett EPA, we're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Press 9 to repeat your options.
We've all been here. The dreaded call menu loop. This is extra frustrating, especially when it comes to your financial future or banking needs. Break the loop with Achieva Credit Union, a member-owned financial institution full of people one call away to help your business, auto loans, mortgages, and checking accounts. Open a checking account with us today and receive a $250 bonus. Achieva Credit Union, banking for good, banking for you. Visit AchievaCU.com for more info. Certain restrictions apply. Achieva is federally insured by the NCUA.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx, save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
1025 The Bone and Stella Artois are on a mission to find the best wings in the Bay. Voted Eddie's Bay Pines, Beef O'Brady's Newport Richie, and Jimmy's Sports Bar. Scan the QR code, vote, and you can win Stella swag, beer, bragging rights. You decide. Go to thebestwingsinthebay.com for details.
We put in time, energy, and resources because your case is worth it. Farrah and Farrah, Tampa.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com. I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. Steamy weather continues really for the foreseeable future. Lows overnight tonight about 83. Any evening storms ending. Hot and humid again on Tuesday. Mid to upper 90s. About a 30-40% chance of afternoon storms. Keep cool.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show. with your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to Senning Show. You're in the midst of John's Joints. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. That's Drew Garabo, the host of Drew Garabo Live, coming up in just over 15 minutes. Friendly reminder, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can get that Mike Calta vacay payday, $1,000 giveaway an hour, about every hour, a word about every hour, roughly. I'd say about 89 to 95% of the hours, you'll find yourself a word that you'll be able to put in.
Give or take. Before we talk about Jacob Noel, can we just have a difficult conversation about something?
It's not a life. I'm not making a lifestyle change.
Nobody's on trial here,
No,
John.
I know, but this isn't something that I plan on doing again. It's not a. And did you hear the deal that they offered me?
I did.
So I went to essentially get a dozen donuts that would be shared amongst some people, and I was going to get 6 chocolate and 6 regular warm glazed, hot off the presses. And the guy goes, "Well, I got a deal that you're not going to be able to turn down. How about I do a dozen chocolate and then I give you a dozen glaze for $1?" How do you turn that down?
You can't.
Well, clearly, and I didn't. And
how many would you say you ate over the weekend? Like, if you had to put a ballpark figure on donuts, how many did you consume?
I'm saying 8.
Over. I'll take the over.
I will say this: the first number that came to my head was 8.
Yeah.
It may have been. So hold on. So if you really want me to try and boil it down, we can try and dig into it.
Yeah, please.
I had 2.
Okay, right off the bat,
I had 2
you just crushed 2 donuts.
In store.
Okay.
In store 2. Well, they were hot.
Hey, dude, nobody's on trial.
They were hot. So 2 right off the bat.
All right.
Okay.
And did Trent have 1?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say, dude, it reminded me of one of my favorite combinations on planet Earth, which is donuts and chocolate milk. Dude, when you eat a donut and then you just pound a chocolate milk right after.
Oh, it's good.
God, it's so good.
All right, so we're starting with 2 dozen donuts.
We're starting with 2 dozen. Yes.
Okay, so 24 is 2 dozen.
24
for you math fans out there.
Yeah.
So then in the store, you crush 2, and Trent crushes 1.
Right.
24 minus 3 is 21. John.
Okay. So I can tell you that almost immediately upon getting to the house, because I had the 2 that I had immediately were the plain glaze, because if you didn't know, they don't do the other ones hot because it'll mess up the toppings.
Okay.
So I ate the 2 glaze there, and then probably immediately upon getting home, I had a chocolate.
Okay,
so
20. Okay, and that's 3 by you and 1 by Trent.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else had a donut?
At that point, it gets a little hazy because I know that Turner probably had at least 1.
Okay, 1
and then
for Turner.
I think my mom had 1.
Okay, so that's 18 left.
Yeah.
Your mom had 1. Turner had 1. 18 donuts left.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
Geez.
Danielle,
this number.
she's out of town. So
she got home by this point.
Did she eat any donuts?
She may be good for. I think from the whole thing, we can put her down good for 1. Not a big donut fan.
Got it. 17.
Oh God, these numbers are starting to be very concerning.
Yeah.
Yep. Your dad? Did he?
No.
No donuts for your dad?
No donuts for my dad. My dad is not a sweets guy.
Oh, at all?
No.
Trav in the house?
Nope. Trav wasn't there. So it's
Courtney?
Nope. No other adults. Just my mom and dad and me and Danielle and
Killer Trent.
Trent. Okay, so how many donuts do we have still?
We have 17 left, John, and you've had 3 so far.
No. I will tell you, this number is going to be higher than 8.
Yeah, I was thinking as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh man.
I will say
it might be double digits.
That I'm good for the rest of the day for probably 3 more.
Okay, so when you woke up the next day,
No, we're
14.
still in the same day.
Right,
we're still in the same day.
Right, but when you woke up,
nope, we're not to the over.
Okay, sorry.
I haven't got to the overnight period.
Sorry,
yet.
so 3 more throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that's 4, 5, and 6 donuts.
Dude,
for Johnny.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, God, this is way worse than I thought.
14 left.
This is way worse than I thought.
No.
Yep. I'm fairly certain.
You're a nighttime eater,
dude. I'm fairly certain. God damn, this is sad. I mean, I knew that this was bad, but when you make me get down to the numbers, it's much worse than I thought. I'm pretty sure that I got up a handful of times, and I think from when I technically went to bed to when I technically woke up, I think I probably ate 4 more throughout the night.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 4 more. 1, 2.
So we're at what, 10?
We're at 10. And there
Jesus Christ.
And there are 10 donuts left.
Oh no!
So you're telling me when you woke up Sunday morning there were 10 donuts left? There were not a dozen. There were 2 short of a dozen.
I without being completely certain, I would say yes. Maybe there's 8. Maybe Trent had another one during the day before without knowing exactly who ate all of them.
All right.
I do know that by the time I got up on Sunday morning, they had a donut for breakfast.
Okay.
So there's 2 more gone from them. And I think my mom had one too. So that's 3 donuts gone from that count on Sunday morning.
Okay, so we got 7 donuts remaining, and, you've consumed 10 so far.
He ate the remaining one.
Probably throughout the day. Trent had another one, maybe. Your mom had another one. You got a little peckish.
I mean, they had to have.
Why?
Because I can't fathom that I ate 17 donuts.
I think you ate 17 donuts.
I think it's possible.
I would, looking at the numbers, crunching the numbers.
Numbers don't lie.
I would say, if I may.
You may.
There's something to a Krispy Kreme that although it is fattening and it's gluttonous, there's a light airiness to it that make them very snackable.
Nobody's on trial. Listen, they're light and delicious, especially when they're hot out of the oven. It's like you're eating nothing at all.
I will tell you. So let's just do math.
All right.
Let's just do math here.
Yeah.
Later in the afternoon yesterday, I know that on 2 separate occasions, all the chocolates were gone. We were back to just the glazed.
Okay.
And I, at 2 separate occasions, put a Krispy Kreme into the microwave for about 8 seconds so that it would get hot.
Okay.
So there's
and then ate one.
Yeah, well,
so that's
2 more.
2, yeah.
Right.
So where does that put our count?
So we're at 5 donuts remaining, and you have consumed 12 of them.
So a whole dozen.
A dozen, all on you. Nobody's on trial.
Yeah.
We've all got weaknesses.
People love donuts.
The whole conversation that started this was how not great I felt today, and I was putting that on simply the amount of donuts. So maybe I didn't rightfully understand how many donuts I had, but now it's starting to make sense on why I felt the way that I felt today, because it may be 12 to 15 donuts.
Oh.
12 to 17.
12. There's no way I had 7. I was just killing them though. I would just walk over there and I would just snag one. Like there are so many moments where I just went and ate one.
Oh, and what's the time it takes you to finish one? It's like 2 bites, right?
Seconds. I would say less than.
It's not like you're biting it, leaving it down.
Yeah, I would say less than 20 seconds.
Brody have any?
No, Brody did not have any.
All right, no donuts for Brody.
Well, he ate them all.
Yeah, so I feel comfortable with I don't think we're going to be able to pin it down to an exact number, but
we'll just say between 12 and 17.
Yeah.
Low end 12 at 500 calories per donut.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you have the number? Are those the real numbers?
I mean, they are 500 calories each.
Oh, you do know that?
That's why I don't eat donuts.
You do know that?
I do. So then carry the 1, 0, 0, and then there's a.
Is that? But check this information.
Original glazed donuts, 190 calories. Chocolate, 250.
Oh,
dude, these are essentially diet. This is diet food.
You probably lost weight by eating all those
dude,
donuts.
And not to mention, I ordered the ones that were sweetened with monk fruit and not real sugar. I forgot to mention that part.
Is that a thing?
No, God, no. Yeah, man. I mean, it's not good. And dude, and the thing is, that's not all. You know what I mean? Like there's meals in there.
Oh, yeah.
There was my mini burgers. There was my mini burgers that I think I had many of. There was Reese's peanut butter cups. There was Reese's s'mores. There was gummy bears.
Yep. Reese's lava cake.
No, those were that was from I think Wednesday night when I got the lava cake.
Sorry.
One. So yeah, there's I had a Jersey Mike sub somewhere in there.
Hell yeah.
I told you it is an interesting phenomenon that I think food can have just as negative of an impact on the way you feel as booze. Now, keep in mind, I did also drink on Friday night, so it could have been could have been a little bit of everything. But
did at any point Trent say, "Can you take it easy with
yeah,
this donut
no, not exactly. He was
Trent interventions.
He was probably thinking about it, but I gotta go.
So what's up with Jacob Noel?
He almost canceled the Sublime concert at the Vans Warped Tour. Because his beloved cat passed away. He took to the stage and said, "Creature the cat was my best effing friend." And then he told the crowd, "I'm not going to lie, I almost didn't play this show. I thought to myself, I don't know what any of you guys are going through, and I pushed through." But he said he thought about canceling the show. And how would have that? Let's say he did. How does that go down if an artist cancels a concert because their pet died?
I'm trying to remember if I took the day off when Pumpkin died at my favorite all-time cat, and I don't think I did, but that doesn't, that's
Is he the one that died in the corner during the Super Bowl party?
that she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she peacefully passed while everyone was watching the Peyton Manning Cam Newton Super Bowl.
And then what happened? You threw the ashes away?
Well, I just chose not to. I chose not to purchase the ashes.
And again, I'm showing a pattern of, not very surprising you didn't take the day off.
I loved Pumpkin. I gave her twice a day diabetes insulin shots to keep her alive for the last couple of years of her life. But yes, when she passed, she did so peacefully, and I didn't feel like I needed the ashes.
We have that lady who's been calling, trying to ring the alarm. Have you heard this lady? She's trying to ring the alarm on a pet crematorium because they gave
Angels
her,
or whatever.
they gave her the wrong tuft of hair.
Get out of here.
Just take a page from the Drew Garabo book, which just don't go pick them up. When they call, be like, throw it in the dumpster.
Your cat is dead. What do you need with the ashes to remind you?
Well, this was a dog. Which I don't know if that.
It's different. People have different relationships with dogs than they do cats.
I do agree.
Yeah,
and I mean, I that being said, I've never loved a cat like I love a dog, but I do understand that that's kind of true.
Yeah, I love my cat right now. We have a love-hate thing. I've loved every cat I've had, but there's just no comparing the companionship and the camaraderie between a person and a dog. It's just a different relationship.
What are you going to do when she passes away?
Not get another cat.
Well, I mean, will you possibly what will you do with the remains? Throw it in the pond?
Yeah, I would say I would be open to that. Like if an alligator needs a meal, that'd be feeding an alligator, which is a felony probably. So
what if you put it on a little float?
Yeah.
Like you sent it away, like lit a couple
like Vikings.
Yeah, lit a couple candles on it, and then just sent her on a little wooden float out into the pond, and what happens.
Who is a person who made a drone out of their dead cat? Do you remember that?
No.
Look it up. Person makes drone out of dead cat. It was the early days of the drone. They had their cat stuffed taxidermy wise and turned it into a drone. It's one of the most insane things you'll ever see in your life. That's what I'd like to do with Ruby.
Orville the cat died. Jansen decided to develop a drone using the dead cat's body instead of burying it. He drew his inspiration from one of the Wright brothers who invented the airplane.
That is good.
He rutted Orville's body, preserved it, and made him into a custom quadcopter. Dude, that's
so cool.
That's respect. That's putting forth some effort. And just because I teased it, I remember we brought it up to Danielle a couple weeks ago to make her uncomfortable. But this woman can't have a baby because she has that semen allergy. 29-year-old woman thought she was infertile, but it just turns out she was allergic to semen.
Come on.
She wishes she could. It comes from the same protein. It's so not uncommon that it comes from the same protein found in dog dander and peanuts that gives potential sensitivities towards human semen. Like, it's not that rare even.
Huh.
Protein F5. I don't know what that means.
Dog dander and peanut allergy, same thing as semen allergy.
Yep. Seminal plasma hypersensitivity is a rare reaction to proteins found in the male spermatic fluid. So now they got to do it all outside of the box. They got to cook the baby up in the lab.
Outside of the box.
Yeah, it was a very anticlimactic ending to the show.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next. Again, happy birthday to my wife.
Oh,
a couple Leos we are. I'm a very lucky man. Happy birthday.
Eat some Krispy Kremes today, John.
No,
enjoy yourself.
None left.
There are none left.
My man puts up Jordan numbers.
Dude, I'm the Bubba Wallace of eating Krispy Kremes. We got something really cool coming up in a couple weeks. Elysian Space Dust presents St. Pete Grunge Fest, which will be hosted by myself and Drew Garabo. It goes down Friday night, August 8th at Janus Live in St. Pete, featuring some of the state's best grunge tribute bands, including Nirvana. That's a Nirvana tribute. Still Alive, the ultimate Pearl Jam tribute band, and In a Nutshell, a tribute to Alice in Chains. The show is free, but you have to have a ticket.
Yep, and you can get your free tickets right now by asking a bartender for a pair at Knockin' Boots on Keene Road in Largo, Brewland's Bar and Billiards on Icott and Clearwater, Eddie's Bar and Grill on Bay Pines in St. Pete, Ferg's on Central, and Bourbon on Main and Grand Boulevard in Newport Richey. You can check out a map with the locations right now, stpetegrunge.com. stPeteGrungeFest.com.
And make sure you stay tuned to the show and to stPeteGrungeFest.com, because as it gets a little closer, we're going to be doing some special VIP ticket drops, which are going to get you into a very, very exclusive, awesome spot at Janus. Again, go to stPeteGrungeFest.com for all the info. It goes down August 8th at Janus. Drew and I will be there hosting the whole thing, so make your plans now. Again, keep it locked to the bone. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next.
Keep it here. It's just another night on the...
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 19. You can win a cabin on Calta Cruise 19. Visit Stingray Chevrolet and scan the QR code on the Calta Cruise display to enter. While you're there, find the vehicle that's right for you from their selection of new and used cars. Calta Cruise 19. Brought to you by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. For all the details, visit theboneonline.com.
This hour of Senning Show is brought to you by MarijuanaDoctor.com. They've got 40 locations throughout the state of Florida, now offering you the largest savings they've ever offered. $30 off that initial certification. You go now to MarijuanaDoctor.com. When you book your appointment, make sure you use the code BONE30 for $30 off. You'll meet with the amazing staff and the doctors and be certified same day. The deals and the products at these dispensaries across the state of Florida cannot be beat. Give yourself a little preview. Go check out the dispensaries you know are by you. Look at the prices. They'll blow your mind, and you get to take advantage of those first-time discounts right after you get your card. Again, $30 off. Do it now before this deal expires. MarijuanaDoctor.com. Use the code BONE30. Do it now.
Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
We have one crash in St. Pete that'll be causing delays for a while. That's at the busy intersection of 66th Street and 22nd Avenue North. Up by the Pasco County line along northbound I-75, an accident at State Road 56 has had that off-ramp partially blocked. But apart from those, we're in relatively good shape right now across the Bay Area. Late day volume, though, is definitely building along the interstates. This is Jim with traffic.
Hi, I'm attorney Fran Hosh. Being involved in a car or motorcycle accident can be stressful. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. If you need an attorney you can trust, give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN. We will give you a free case evaluation and won't charge you any fees unless you recover money. Give me a call today at 866-LAW-FRAN, 866-LAWFRAN, or visit me online at lawfran.com. Main office, Palm Harbor.
This is a cat named Mo from Drew Garabo Live. Prime time, baby, for Crunch Fitness. Membership starting at $9.99 a month. Join today and enroll for just $1. Over 500 locations nationwide. World-famous group fitness classes. State-of-the-art equipment. Miles of cardio. Join